rugged like Rwanda. Don't wander far or get chopped up. Quick to rush the spot like baby urine, get mopped up. Tags that spray the hall with rap ever saw. Organized graffiti lectures and can't control. Or level with devil racing uptown, first to board a patch. So much any team is time to master. The thought that race to the hell's gate. Lyrically detonated. Sparking their mateys and bottle rockets into nigga shakes up. Downtown graffiti the face, a rebel in the face. Open up your eyes and clean out the maze. Wide open like the Grand Canyon. MCs couldn't hang if they was lynched by the Grand Dragon. Searching for my styles like Job Corps. Coming home on work release, shoplifting at the rap store. But sabotaging me ain't easy. I'm crooked like Nathan Windstorm and Asco Cheesy. With a big baseball bat, you get called like the hero. But Samus still ain't nothing but a hero. Just a small sample of the abstract. When the rhyme get crazy hot and lyrics don't know how to act. Whether shooting joints the wax. I go all out and attack crabs and herbs that's crazy whack. Y'all can't be pimps, y'all can't rap. You got to get your dollars on, cause it's on like that. Here's what I want you to do, niggas with the green axe and burgundy forerunner. And human like Blade Runner when I'm rhyming all summer. Just listen to the drummer. Transistor blister, feedback, freak the impedance. Bump low, we expose frequencies receiving. They palm can drop long range like fiber optic. Check the rhyme activity, excuses microscopic. These two are cool and my nigga LP was here to spark it, causing all these cracks.
Check it now, afflicted. Quadrant on 50 lungs misty. Calling me Maximilian, cause I'm that crazy robot teetering on the edge of outer space, spitting buckshot. The black holes surround me. You found me. As far as I'm concerned, I got your asses in the urn bigger. Your temperamental hold on, walk here, but took your function. Tracks is tight, dusty. Drinking water out the well of life, and I'ma piss it back rusty. Flesh and phonics, you goddamn right. I'm on it like aorta pacemakers hooked up the clappers. Clap off, welcome to my freeform jubilee. Look at me, the witness to the shit you wanna be. DBA, lyrical P, runners and sipping. I'm a psycho fan, feeding on fat, past and dip in and out of my invisible state. Forerunner rep, tyrannical, Rex like checks, bust, mechanical, rusty. Gonna weasel, printing beats on the easel. Shoot a head up, what bitch, your boxing shadows. Look out my way, you pull the breath out your battle. Breaking your double helix, and now this shit is single, not mono. I burn the needle out your funnel. LP, the third gunner on the grassy nose stroll. Keep the seventh seal of heaven in my pocket. You faggot like sprockets. You motherfuck the Houston Rockets. I'm so sick of recycle metaphors, bet, but I'd fuck Laura Ingalls. Only when she's done with her chores, got rappers tiptoeing on the highway to heaven. Got manners like Bruce Banner when he's stressed. I'm sick of you. Corny beats in the crowd and all folks, cause I'm a thinker. Evil ain't is letting off stinkers.
Steps to perfection. Some beat art forms an octagon. That rhyme style is smart.
Steps to perfection. The summer beach part forms an octagon, but rhyme styles get
The
smart.
holy terror, last move you made was never won't win. Playing taps on the violin. You can never comprehend the rhyme origin. I rate when I get Chinese Jamaican like a chin. Hot rockin' corduroy valleys that still fitted. Niggas came and asked out my tracks and left them shitted. Fuck the movement, lubricate the smooth shit. Just to let you know, never do I use it. Strictly the blueprint for the ghetto music in my cipher. Shorty the sniper, Jeep like Cherokee. I hate aim handling wall-to-wall MCs. Mr. Madman, attract lyrics like magnets. The fuck up, speaker cabinets when I'm stabbing it like the juice. Then go Bronco bust the loose. That's my word. You couldn't shoot or try to compute the math. The kick any tight sport like the Vandal. I'm manhandle. MCs get murdered like Chinisaw. I'm trapped in the bedroom with the Texas chainsaw. Massacre by 2, 3 to 10 in the Pelham. Eastwick underground, New York be the dwelling. I keep telling her. I stated of mind be the mentals. If you murder up in the ghetto, you murder when it's simple.
What it do? What it do? Open chat number 73. What's good, everybody? 3.0 destroyed the Manosphere. You damn fucking right. We're going to get into it. Fuck that. We destroyed it. I own it. We're going to talk a little bit about, embracing that inner megalomaniac in you. See, because we destroyed it, but not for the motherfucking reasons you think. MOT, you there?
I am. It seems I have another laptop somewhere in this building that's playing over the loudspeaker. Hold on a second.
Okay. All right, so check it out. Here's what we're going to do.
All right, cool. I got it.
Yeah, you know, because
Hold on a second.
okay.
Man, so I'm not sure which one. Just turn the power off to the whole room up there. There you go. Thanks. All right, go ahead, man.
All right, hold on a second. So, I'm not even gonna show this dude's face, man. So, you know, something popped up in my feed, man, yesterday, right? And you know, it was like an old video, and there was all that 3.0 shit that was going on, and you know, Reg, who is 3.0? And I'm like, dude, you don't remember when we were on your fucking channel? You interviewed the Brain Trust. We broke all this shit down to you. MOT, I have a serious problem with the intellectual dishonesty here, and I think what's happening.
No, you don't. No, you don't. It's to be expected. It's to be expected from these people, because you have to realize sociopaths need to reestablish control by reperpetuating the same bullshit over and over again.
I know, but there's a slight fundamental problem with that. Well, once again, this is 3.0, right? So did things a little bit different. This is agnostic to 2.0 and what that infrastructure is all about. And we're going to clearly illustrate this. Now, first, what we want to do is I want to play the video that actually popped up here. All right, so I'm not going to show his face, but you got to listen to this, man. This shit's amazing, dude. Well, you know what? Actually, before I do that, let me do this, because I think we need to preface things. We should do that first. I want to just, let's really do that here. Give me a second. We're going to do this.
I mean, I know what you're going to say, but it also needs to be prefaced with some things on my part too before we go forward.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. You have to realize the whole point of this whole thing was to stop people in dimly lit living rooms from becoming masters of the fucking universe. People who are already professionals never wanted to come to the internet to be the cool uncle. You have to realize this cool uncle phenomenon among black people, you're always susceptible to it. Why? Because you never seen a representation of what a man was around you the entire time. A strong masculine figure does not go around calling himself a high value man. A strong masculine figure don't like hustlers, frauds, and con artists. A strong masculine figure would never allow their children to be listening to dating coaches.
Well, like, here's the thing, MOT. That's the whole point. We're so far beyond that, we don't even have to go there, right? Here's what I want to do. What I want to do is I want to illustrate just how Manosphere 3.0, i.e. the Brain Trust, and content creators that essentially sprung out of this think tank collective and then started creating content based on the subject matter here, i.e. you have Lionel with On Crypto with Lionel, right? And then you also have Keep It Techie. He does like his Linux tutorials. You know, I have like a multitude of things I did on my channel. I did like the micro transport demos. I've done gardening videos. I've done all kind of stuff, right? So each individual and what it is that they create in terms of content is an outgrowth of what the collective actually started on. See, what I want to do is I want to deal specifically with I want to deal specifically with the Brain Trust and with the Manosphere 3.0 mandate. I need to stay there with it. Because what D. Durrell said was that 3.0 destroyed the Manosphere. And when I really thought about it, I said, you're right, but not for the reasons you think. And that's what I want to get into.
Okay. So what he's talking about, him specifically is talking about, is the third wave of the Manosphere. Some people were operating within the 3.0 dynamic that you set up, and some didn't. Even though some people use that as an actual term that was kind of like a whole equation that kind of was meant equal to this, but it was a whole term of this is not equal to this.
I know, there's the thing about it, once again, you know, for posterity reasons, it's good to always have documentation on things. See, reading is fun to fucking mental, and this is what I got to drill into niggas' heads. I'm tired of playing games, see, right? Because the reality of it is this. if you don't match the intellectual quotient, don't try to punch above your intellectual weight class. Do not do that, because the reality of it is that we had a whole different agenda altogether. See, so when you come to us with a 2.0 mindset, I have to wholesale reject you, because that's not even what we're about, right? And what I have to do is I have to put it on the record. I clearly understand what you're saying, but the reality of it is this: we just covered just yesterday, okay, what tomorrow's grand conjunction, what that actually signifies with regards to the space race and just how things are going to rapidly accelerate. You've seen all the hacks that have look. We went there yesterday, and that's what I mean. If you're not there with the conversation at this point, because we're not talking pie in the sky shit at this point, MOT. This is all very real shit that's going on in real time, is it not?
Yeah, but they're trying to take game from the ground to the space station.
You know what? Check it out.
The relevance of it.
I was about to say, but look, this is what I mean. The sheer and utter irrelevance of it all. Mm-hmm. And this is what I am trying to get across. It's like, dude, we're so fucking above and beyond that pedestrian shit, because we understand that there is a way bigger fish that is headed our way. And this, dude, that's what I mean, dude. I'm done. We have to be very clear what 3.0 actually is. We're gonna deep dive into the shit. We're gonna prove it today. I don't care about 2.0 constructs. This is the whole reason why 3.0 exists. We clearly understand it. Now, if you go to YouTube and you put in Manosphere 3.0, you just search it. Oddly enough, you're the first video, one of the first videos that comes up. All right. Then you got this Truth Exposed guy. Listen to this, and this is from a year ago, and he's thinking that Obsidian started 3.0. If you listen to this video right here, this is what I mean. I got to prove some shit to you. Now, look at that. That's me. Okay, that's BGS. Well, you know where all this was born out of, so
yeah.
Okay, there's some stuff from Grinch, Reg, right? Who's in it? Explain it to us. The fuck, dude.
I mean, Reg's the bad guy. Is like Entertainment Tonight for the man.
That's what I mean. So it's like we gotta. This is what I mean, dude. We have to really dissect the Manosphere intellectually to understand what the 3.0 construct is versus all this other shit. Okay. Now, here you go. Open chat to Manosphere 3.0, setting the record. Oh, a year ago we had to address this. Ain't that some shit? Here, let me go ahead and do this. Let me see if I can. Oh, you know what? Well, there you go. That's open chat number 22, setting the record straight. So apparently we've had to do this a few times. Okay, there's another BGS video. Oh, look at that. O'Shea roasting Manosphere 3.0.
Yeah. Which is everybody who's following that guy now, some of the biggest idiots on the planet.
Ain't this about some shit? Look at that.
Yeah.
Now, if you
came to the Manosphere for one reason, turned into a whole nother reason, and all the idiots just stayed over there. Stay over there.
There's two parts to this, right? And I bothered myself to actually listen to this bullshit yesterday. And this was where he basically said that, like, all like the Taz and the Nylon and all that. He said that we brought that in this, right? I'm just, dude. That's what I mean. We've got to get, dude. Look.
Taz and Nyla was 2.0 because they was on the Rumbles.
But
I don't understand they could be 3.0 people.
I know. I don't, as if the Brain Trust was responsible for the niggathons, right? So wait, hold on. This is some chick saying. I listened to this for a little bit, right? It was some random dude talking to some chick, and they were talking about like Manosphere 3.02, like the sex doll. And we're like, what the fuck? Now, look, I addressed this 3 months ago. What if it didn't exist? See, I kind of prefaced this discussion because I said, well, what if it didn't exist? What would you have?
Yeah.
And I said, take the Brain Trust, wipe all that shit off the board, and act as if it didn't exist. What do you think this place would be?
Niggathon and Niggathon clones. That's exactly what you would have.
So this is what I mean, dude. We have to really, because YouTube, one thing that's great about like the algorithm and, you know, this being kind of patched into the YouTube search, or I'm sorry, the Google search thingamajig and all that shit, is that it's all here. Look at that. More. Look at that. That's me and my gardening stuff. Okay. And then, yeah, this is Black Female First Media. 5 snakes the Manosphere 3.0 must look out for. Yeah. Beef
He
Watch.
wasn't wrong. He was not wrong. He was not wrong.
He was
that
not
video
wrong on that
stands as correct today.
Listen, let's see, Manosphere 2.0 versus 3.0, a changing of the. Well, there's not really a change of the guard. This is what it is, right?
There was a clear separation between
that's
people
what I mean.
who wanted to do shit with their life and the people who didn't, who lost their ability to do shit in life. And this is why all the people who is here for the old 2.0 content are following a very specific model right now. It's going to blow up in fucking flames.
I mean,
but at the end of the day, if you grew up around strong male figures, you wouldn't be drawn to bullshit like that. You just wouldn't.
look at this right here, this video. So this one, he's asking Obsidian to put him in 3.0. Yeah, right. This video, okay, this is more of the same thing, right? This is more of O'Shea shitting on us, talking shit. Now, if you go to episode 330 of the Black Brain Trust, O'Shea was in the chat. Hey, what's up, guys? And then we were like, hey, yo, O'Shea, we're talking about doing business in African stuff. You want to join the panel? And then he came on the panel, and like, guess what? We had like really cordial dialogue. So why dude, it's a mystery to me why he started doing this, dude. I don't know.
No.
No. I'm being facetious. I'm being facetious.
Okay.
I'm being facetious. I'm just saying, dude. Because I asked him to address. I asked him to like make the video public, and he said no. But oddly enough, you know, people record shit, right? So here you go. That's more of like, yeah, O'Shea. Gabe started trolling us like he was a dude who was contributing at one point, and he turned around telling chicks that I'm weird in chats and talking shit to Mike V. And but I don't want to call it weird, but I'm just saying, I'm trying to illustrate what 3.0 is and what 2.0 is. Okay. See, 2.0 is indicative of certain behaviors. That's the first thing, right? It's behaviors, it's content, it's subject matter, and it's how you communicate. It's all of these things. Okay. So I just gotta, yeah, there you go. 3.0, dispelling the myths. I had to address it even on my shit. Okay. So, but there you go. Sheep Stay Sleep. He did some stuff on it. I don't know if I even listened to that one. So
no, I listened to all those. So.
You listen to all those. Okay. So the reality of it is that if you type in Manosphere 3.0, the majority of stuff that comes up is literally stuff that's related to the brain trust or somebody from 2.0 talking shit. Think about that. So you just notice some things. So you notice you don't see any, when I typed in Manosphere 3.0, you notice you didn't see Mr. Fantastic. You notice you didn't see DJ Kuda. You notice you didn't see Ramil. You notice you didn't see any of these people, right?
I mean, because they were third wave. I mean, there was a difference between third wave and a specific construct that was there. And you have to realize the third wave, which I guess I could have been considered part of because I just didn't want to be part of the what I seen what was going to eventually happen.
Okay,
that did happen.
We're using the term Manosphere 3.0 specifically. Okay, that's what was used. See, I understand that. I understand that, and that is why we are clarifying shit. That's why I'm like, I get it. No, we're clarifying shit. What it is 3.0. Okay, because see, what we're gonna now do after this is we're gonna play this shit. See, I had to preface all this stuff, dude, and I gotta be clear and distinct, bro. I don't want to do that because we get off into the weeds. And I'm like, no, this is clearly defined, and we said 3.0, and so I'm gonna show you what 3.0 is, and I'm gonna show you how it actually destroyed the Manosphere. Let's go. Well, let's just follow me. We're gonna read this Manosphere 3.0.
Yeah, but you have to realize that what you're attempting to do here is go through or synthesize all the history that's been here when there's a very easier way to look at things.
I know, but on this channel, we are going to clarify the matter for posterity reasons. I don't give a fuck what they're trying to do. At this stage of the game, like I said, 2021, it's a wrap for a lot of motherfuckers. Why do you think now I have to be blunt? Now I have to be the arrogant asshole that everybody calls me. I try to be real chill, but fuck it. Fuck it. Okay. So Manosphere 3.0 is a social media, socio-political construct wholly created by the Black Brain Trust. Okay. What part of that do people not understand? No, I don't need literal words. Do we know how to read? Do we understand syntax? When people read shit to you, does it go into your head and compute words? Okay, I'm just saying. How stupid are we? I'm going here. How stupid are we? Show of hands. Give 1 to 5. Where's your rate? Your level of stupidity? 5 being highest, 1 being lowest. Can you understand fucking English? The basis is built upon the tenets of. So wait a minute. You mean to tell me Manosphere 3.0 has actual tenets? Oh, so now that means that there's a construct that we can now judge and base things against, right? Do we understand what tenets are? Are we stupid? Show of hands. Rate your level of stupidity if you don't understand what a tenet is.
Yeah, incoming call.
Go ahead. You can mute. Technocratic thoughts and ideals, globalization, geopolitics, technology, blockchain, cryptocurrency, AI, automation, economics, health, as well as relatable social commentary, i.e., topics like sapiosexualism, SYSBM, things that are in the public consciousness. Are you telling me that this channel doesn't create this type of content? Intellectualism, critical thought, problem solving, application, and business modeling are mechanisms through which concepts are transmitted. Didn't we just do a 2021 technocratic agenda live stream just last week, where we modeled out like just last week? Who else is doing this? I'm not going to read the rest because I got to play this bullshit. I swear to God, pissing me the fuck off, man. I'll get to the goddamn comments in a minute, dude. Just hold the fuck up, man. We gotta listen to this shit. This motherfucker right here. You know what? I don't want to show his fucking face. Listen to this shit.
What's up, guys? How you doing? This is D. Durrell, the Rebirth, at the practice today. Trying to get some more content in for the new channel and so on. It once was DDS Sounds by D. Durrell. Had to change it up because I'm over 1,000. This channel was monetized, so I definitely wanted to take advantage of that by doing topics, talking about various topics and so on. Also, with that, I will drop videos here and there, music that everybody can.
Okay, so mind you, this is a motherfucker who's going to be making music videos. Now that he's hit 1,000 subs, he's going to make music videos, and he's fucking criticizing us. Like I said, you've got to understand something, what this platform actually is and what it was intended to do. Okay, I've got an R&B singer basically trying to criticize some shit that we spent going on 3 years now curating. Fuck this guy.
Can listen to and so on. If you're new to the platform, please subscribe and share. Also, guys, you can leave comments in the comment section. Now, the basis for this particular video is to ascertain how Manosphere 3.0 destroyed the Manosphere.
Let's talk about it. Like I said, I'm an arrogant prick like that. I'll own it, but I'll own it for the right reasons.
Yes, I said it. In my opinion, Manosphere 3.0 destroyed the Manosphere. They diluted it. They took a lot of L's.
He's never been on a panel on the Brain Trust, like, ever, to challenge anything, ever. I need you guys to let that sink in. This dude right here, hold on. That guy has never come onto a panel on the Brain Trust ever to debate a goddamn thing. He's out of his fucking league. This is why the Manosphere is destroyed, right? Because the intellectual it's not there, right? And so when you curate something like this, what can you do but some shit like this?
These Negroes are fanatical. A lot of them are just downright dusty and musty and fucking whack and lame.
Lame.
And it's just, to me, comical to hear these guys. Look at what they do. Look at how feminine they act. Look at all the scandals that they get into.
Oops, wait a minute.
And it's just, to me, comical to hear these guys. Look at what they do. Look at how feminine they act. Look at all the scandals that they get into.
Now, once again, you got us fucked up. You got us fucked up. That ain't us. That ain't us. That's them other dudes. Right? That's them other dudes. So what the picture that we're starting to paint here, and I think it was Evan who touched on it. If we destroyed the Manosphere, it's because we came with superior content. We're going to build the case for it. I'm just saying, if we destroyed the Manosphere, it's because we provide better content. Our content is intellectually superior. That's why it got destroyed. If you're saying 3.0 destroyed it, i.e. the Black Brain Trust, then goddamn it, I'll own it. And it's because our content is intellectually superior.
Look at all the whining and crying that they show on other people's channels, particularly when they can't get their point across. You know, and it shouldn't even be a Manosphere 3.0, because like my brother, like my little nephew O'Shea said, how the hell you gonna claim to have a 3.0 when it's not even better than 2.0?
Whoa. Coming from the horse's mouth, right?
I mean, you see these guys, man. They all conjugate together like women. They gossip like women. They engage in relationships with other people to get information so that they can talk about the guys that they're beefing with, just like women. That's what women do.
Once again, I'm doing this because I want to make sure that his assessment is correct, right? Like if you're saying that we did it, fine. I just want to make sure that you understand the actual reasons. Because everything that you're talking about, guess what that is not attributed to? The Black Brain Trust, which 3.0 was born out of. And we already went through the tenets. So everybody that you're talking about that does what you're saying, let's make the distinction clear for the last time. This is going to be the last time we will do this because, like I said, 2021 is a whole new agenda. There's a whole new agenda for 2021. So this will be for posterity reasons. This will be the last time we will address this. But Jesus, dude, get it right.
They chase behind avatars, pretend women. They do all of this goofy shit, but they're the main ones sitting here talking about how much of a man they are, how much game they have, how many women they can get.
Again, who's he talking about? That was not born here. That did not come from here. Understand what 3.0 actually is. Get it fucking right.
I'm like, wow. Look at the shape the manosphere is in.
Look at it. Look at it. 7 Granules owns it now.
Look at this. You got guys talking about 4th industrial generation.
Dude, did you hear that? Hold on, let me check the chat. Did you guys hear that? Did you? Did he just say he said 4th industrial generation. Oh shit. Hold on, dude. Hold on. Let me go back a little bit. Wait.
Look at this. You got guys talking about 4th industrial generation.
Oh, fuck. Oh my god. Dude, give me a minute. Give me a minute. Just give me a minute. Oh my god. Okay. 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 Oh my god. Y'all, I don't know if I should even play anymore. You know what? No, you know what? Here's what we're gonna do. Fuck it, fuck it, fuck it. Let's just get it in, bro. I'm not gonna play anymore. Let me get some beats. I'm gonna go smoke a little herb, and then I'm gonna drop the link. I'm done, nigga. Did y'all hear that shit? Oh, this is what's out here, fam. This is what's out here. O'Shea, get your folks, fam. Obsidian, get your folks. I don't know. 2.0, get your fam. This nigga done rolled up on some Butter Lake property, dude. And the guard dogs is out, and security's like, man, who are you? You in the wrong venue, fam. Fourth industrial general. Don't LOM. I'm not Paul, that was D-Durrell, man. The link is in the description, man. Like, this is what I'm saying, man. I'm so sick and tired of these niggas. I'm done, dude. I'm done. Nigga, I'm canceling this fucking tag. Get the fuck out of here. Hold up, man. Let me get some beats. Give me a second. I'm done. And so many cats is through. 2021's about to pop off. Try to lace y'all with this tech shit. This dude over here talking about fourth industrial generation. This nigga's a whole mess. Fucking with me, man. This nigga's a whole mess. I mean, just come on, man. Come on. Let me get some. Hold up, man. I'm just trying to find something to rock out to. All right, man. Look, let me do this, dude. I couldn't even finish this shit. I couldn't even finish the shit, man. I couldn't even finish it, bro. I'm sorry. I'm saying we canceling. We can't in the 2020 cancel dumb niggas, man. That's what I mean, Paul. Right? Everybody want to sit up there and diss the brain trust and all this, all that, but then turn around and want to fire up live streams talking about tech and crypto and this, and that. Poaching ain't been. Man, look, I'll be right back. Yo, Johnny Blaze.
Hey, what's going on, Complex?
Oh man, I had to go get my head right real quick, dude.
Oh, I hear you. I listened to the whole video, man. I watched the entire thing.
You watched the entire video? I couldn't get through the entire video, bro.
I did.
Let me turn this down a little bit. Is it loud in your ear?
No.
Is it loud to you? Okay.
That's fine.
Oh, LOM's on. Oh man. Hold up, man. Like I said, I had to go blow one real quick, dude. That fucked my head up. I can't believe what I heard.
Yeah.
So pretty much, dude, we kind of destroyed it because we upped the intellectual quotient.
Yeah. You know, I want to make a suggestion to you.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that you should make like a 3.0 video saying what it is, and then have that video play 24 hours every single day, continuously.
I thought our archives playing 24/7 I thought that was it.
It is, but I'm saying, but this one is designed just to do one thing: is to repeat your message over and over, very specifically.
Is that what we got to do? Dorian said, "I hope you guys don't let Jessica." Dude,
Yeah.
what the fuck, dude? No. What do you?
No.
See, here's my issue. My issue once again, it's anything that's centric to the theme of what is discussed here. So, like I said, like an associated channel would be like, you know, who a female 3.0 person? It'd be Nicole Ali. You want to know why? Because she does live streams talking about CRISPR, like the same technology that Moderna just got approval for yesterday. The mRNA CRISPR based vaccines. Okay, that's what Nicole Ali does. Or an Erica Williams who does like real estate, trucking, logistics, and all that kind of shit. See, there are female content creators that do things comparable, right, to what 3.0. Did 3.0 say anything specifically about men? No. And the reason being is because, you know, there are female technocrats as well. We've even done live streams, you know, on IT fields and positions and stuff like that, you know, suited, you know, what we felt was suited, you know, for women. You know what I mean? So dude, okay, and Johnny, you know, we espouse sapiosexualism as a mating and dating practice, you know, from a technocratic position, because it's the only sensible thing in our minds, right? So we firmly established these points, man, and yeah, it's just kind of like, damn, dude, I think people just want to be stupid.
Here's the thing, though. Check this out. If anything, that whole shit show just proves that the best and brightest of our kindred have always been a minority. You know what I'm saying? They've always been a minority.
Yeah. I mean, that's the case, you know, but times are changing.
Yes.
That's my issue. See, like, if you can see, people can maintain the same mind states and mindsets that have kind of gotten them to this point. But see, when the environment supersedes it, you're now faced with a choice, right? You either adapt or die. Okay. Now, again, I think because people are wrapped up in all things 7 granules at this point, they're completely ignoring, dude, the very real shit that is literally taking place right now. You know what I mean? Oh, that's Rich. Yo, Rich doing his VR shit.
Yes.
Yo, Rich, hold on, Rich, can you hear me? He's got a set on. Yeah, he has I think he has his VR set on. Hold up. Let me Okay, Rich, I can't hear you, dude. But that's dope. See, this is the brain trust fucking with. We on some VR shit. Sim world, sim racing. Data dumping on you guys, man. Look at that, dude.
Hey, Complex.
Yo.
Hey, man, I think these guys are targeting a new audience. I think as folks migrate into the manosphere, they want to be that voice that's heard first. So this is what I think is what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about it is that, like, so for example, right, like what nobody does is nobody will argue like who established quote unquote 2.0, right? And they'll say there's 3 dudes who did it, right? Isn't that the case?
But that's the usual, you know, line.
No. I mean, does anybody ever argue it?
No.
Everybody when they say 2.0, they name the 3 guys, right? And everybody agrees, right? Okay. Yep. So if I create 3.0, I'm not afforded the same luxury. I mean, we put in a hell of a lot of work to, you know, curate what it is that we discuss in terms of our topics and the subject matter.
Can you hear me
just
now?
Like yeah. Oh, there you go, Rich.
All right, now go ahead. I had one set. All right, go ahead.
Do you have the set on now?
Yeah, I'm in VR. Yeah.
That's dope.
I was watching the stream and I was doing some code and I've been studying, listening to
That's dope, dude. Hell yeah.
this the VR co-working space I was telling you about. I'm looking at other people in here too.
Hell yeah, that's dope as hell, bro. Oh man, I'm trying to, dude. Like,
go ahead what you was going though. I wasn't trying to interrupt.
Okay, no, I'm tripping, dude. Like, we on some VR shit over here now, man. We on some sim. We done brought sim into the mix and VR, bro. Now what?
Continue.
Yo, Renaissance man, what's going on? Okay, I don't know if you can hear. But like, yeah, and you wait, there's an echo. NEU said there wasn't a 0.0 in the beginning. You know, NEU, the thing about it is we're the ones that came up with it all. That's what's hilarious. We're the ones who literally contextualized all of the waves of the Manosphere in like basically software variations. That we're the ones who like basically gave it that construct. That's why it's hilarious, dude, when people kind of take something and run with it and then doesn't necessarily even understand where it came from. Like it would be like taking BGS's like octane scale, right? Like he's the one that's him. He did that, and like I said, no one ever argues it. But it just seems like for whatever reason, dude, if it comes out of the brain trust, then it's all like up for debate, and it's just like, dude, there is no debate. What are you talking about? Like what the like? And that's what I mean. Then I have to start looking at you as just like a fucking disingenuous ass liar. Like, or you're just like literally stupid, and you can't help yourself, like because of your stupidity. Which, okay, if that's the case, then just say you're stupid, and then I'll leave you alone.
No, they can't ever do that. You know, it's the weapons grade stupidity.
Well, I mean, do you realize? Okay, so since we didn't do that, we made a video, and then you said fourth industrial generation. So this is what I mean. Okay, so if you're not going to just adhere to your own stupidity, then go ahead and fucking put it on display for everybody then.
Mm-hmm.
You know, prove to me that 2.0 isn't about anything other than relationships. Can you?
They can't do that there.
You can't, right? So then don't fucking argue with me about what 3.0 is. See, do you see how easy this is? And this is my problem, dude. I'm like, okay, I guess I have to do this because people can't be this fucking stupid. I mean, it's to the point now where intellectually, I'm even sitting there like, damn, now I gotta really just fucking rage for a minute here. Like, wow, everybody around here is a fucking idiot.
Yeah, they revel in their stupidity, and they're proud to be there, which is why I keep my hands clean. You know, I don't want to fuck with that. Because you hang around too many stupid people, you won't go anywhere in life.
You are the company you keep. Think about that.
Exactly. You are the company you keep. We learned that from Booker T. Washington.
Yeah. Your network is your net worth.
Exactly.
These are basic. That's what I mean. Some shit, dude, is fundamentally basic depending on the venue in which you're operating in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. In certain circles, dudes talk about high level business shit, not nigga shit. Why? Because it's not suited for their business. It's not aligned with what they do. So if we say, okay, well, 3.0 is this, then that means we talk about this because that other shit isn't in alignment. So once again, if 3.0 destroyed the Manosphere, it's because 3.0 basically just became a mirror to it. And it destroyed itself. Or maybe you know what, you're right. Mr. Granules came in and just bought it all up and saved it. I don't know.
It destroyed itself. It was self-inflicted.
Okay. Well, then you know, like I said, if you're gonna blame me for it, then I'll take it. But I'll take it under the right understanding. I'll do that.
What's up, Complex?
Yo, what's going on, Renaissance man?
Hey, what's up, panel? I'm getting up to speed here. I heard you playing some clips from D. Durrell. Was he saying that 3.0 destroyed the Manosphere?
That's the name of the video, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wait. Now I'm
a bunch of guys who talk about fourth industrial generation.
Now, was he going by that same definition, or was he going? Because I've heard you lay out the 3.0 definition, which you've come up with, but a lot of people, I'm assuming, associate 3.0 as stream team, essentially, make those one and the same.
That would be those videos that I showed earlier. If you type in Manosphere 3.0, right, you'll get, well, like I showed, which will come up, right?
Yeah.
And you'll get a bunch of videos of like O'Shea basically saying, yeah, we're the stream team people, and then the Taz and all these people came from us. And I'm like, dude, what the? I'm like,
I was about to say, no. I used to follow O'Shea a lot more back when they were doing the Sunday Rumbles and things like that. I was like, Taz got his start there.
That's what I mean. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, man, you can't be any more of a disingenuous fucking liar. Like, wow. And that's what I mean. And people here in like on Black YouTube, like, I don't know if they're like just either intellectually devoid or they literally just don't have sort of like a moral, ethical bone in their body. But either way, like, you can completely fucking lie to their faces, and like they'll throw money at you, and it's just like, holy shit. So over time, this stuff started to really turn into more of a social observation for me, man. I'm like, dude, there's a lot of fucked up people on YouTube.
Because I was
a lot of blunders, a lot of ethical duplicity.
Oh yeah, I knew that once I saw that people saw that they could, make money off this. They, people didn't care if they were spreading lies, if what they were saying was true or false.
I mean, yeah. It's like, it's like, because later on the video goes, these guys talk about this stuff and they don't work in this stuff. I'm like, dude, we've like, how does somebody who doesn't work in the industry hold a live stream on how to get certifications in the industry? It's like, dude, like damn.
I got to go listen to that video, because the funny thing is, I would consider D. Durrell 3.0. I mean, you could argue, that's why I don't really get it, because you could argue what he brings to this space is, a certified counselor, someone, dude,
no,
mental health.
No, this
in that sense.
No, hell no. Like, look, here's the thing, right? The other thing that we established, 3.0 is about showing and proving. So that means that either your content, either you are about that shit and your content reflects it, or not. I don't get into, well, you could. I mean, by that notion, I mean, sure, anybody could do it, right?
No. I've been on his panel, and I told him that's what I thought, because he had said at one point that, that he had gotten sort of drug into, the other, dark spaces of YouTube. And I was telling him, the thing that you bring is your educational background. He said he was going to move his channel back in that direction, because that's
the video I played earlier. He said he was going to be making music videos, or making you just dropped off, bro. You need the link again. Let me know. He just said he's going to be making music again, and he's going to be doing all that shit. And this is what I'm like, dude. Who the fuck are you then, or any of you for that matter? Like, what the entire, and like I said, dude, like, what is wrong with the people out here who yuck this shit up? I'm like, you know what? You guys are going to be like caught like a deer in fucking headlights come 2021. I keep stressing this shit, bro. We started covering a lot of the movements that's taking place now. We've been covering all the shit that's going on.
Yeah,
go ahead.
I actually think a lot of this stuff is over with. It's just indicative of Black America, period. That's why I was saying that a lot of this stuff is just going to give your brain aneurysm. I mean, keep going over this stuff.
No,
like,
I'm saying, Rich.
I feel like the Black brain trust would be more effective just dealing with channels that focus on tech, Pan-African channels. That's more. I understand the hotel. I know. I don't care for impractical hotel stuff neither. But of course, we all understand here about the Pan-Africanism. That's important.
But Rich,
deal with practical, patriarchal Pan-African channels. Search for who is one, for example. You're going to have to start networking with these Black men, like, because a lot of these dudes here, they are finished. Like, this is a complicated space. It is gems in this space. That's why I still navigate the space. It is some good conversations and information here in the space. But a lot of these dudes don't care about truly being progressive. When you got men that's trying to talk down on wearing a suit, I mean, I'm hood as you can be. But I understand that going certain places, if I need to go in certain places, navigating the halls of where powers actually be done at, I'm going to put on a suit. And I'm going to be good. it's sharp doing.
Well, Rich.
Like
Wait.
like a lot of these dudes, man, it's just ridiculous.
Well, Rich, look, the reality of it is this, dude. The whole networking, we've been doing that. That's the whole. That's my. See, this is what my problem is. My problem is that there's an assumption that the only thing that we've ever done is just hold hangouts and shit. And once again, that's furthest from the truth. And for people who consume our content, they already know that this is true. It's about those who will paint a false picture about something that we are about and what we do, when clearly you could come here and figure it the fuck out for yourself. That's the
they don't care about that.
It's not a see, and this is what I mean. Whether and guess what? I don't care for. I don't care to have things that I've put a lot of time and energy into, okay, and trying to curate to educate people to get shitted on, okay. That's what I don't care for. See, so it's not. I don't care about what they don't care about. Our not caring is equal. Let's put it like that. See, so you don't have to tell me that they don't care. I don't care.
All right.
This is my fucking platform.
I'm gonna say something. I don't know. This might upset you. I mean, I never had you upset with me before.
No, we good. Go ahead, bro.
But I'm gonna say it though. Maybe the Manosphere 3.0 idea was to integrate what we're trying to do in with this space. The idea of Manosphere 3.0, maybe that wasn't a good idea even to begin with, because this space is you can't do nothing with this space. I'm trying to tell you. I mean, it is some positive contribution. I actually feel like I'm a product of out of the Black Manosphere. It's a lot of stuff I don't learn, so it is some good. I'm not going to say you can't do anything with it, but we.
Listen. Here's the thing, dude. Like, here's the thing. I am not trying to do anything with anyone that does not have the capacity to do anything with this platform. Once again, dude, the reason why you call it 3.0 is to establish autonomy. Okay. Again, I don't go to the people who established the prior or that other sort of paradigm and say that and try to invalidate it. I don't do that. See, so there is a concept called, mutual respect, okay, for one's own creation. Now, this is kind of where I'm like, all right, why is it that those who take a higher intellectual position then have to capitulate to the lower position? That is utter bullshit. Really?
I agree.
Like, dude, I fucking refuse. That's like you going in to negotiate a goddamn contract for something, and you know good and goddamn well what the going market value is on something, right? And you even state, hey, look, dude, I know what the market value is. I've already appraised like 3 or 4 different variances of this shit. Like, really, we're doing the lowballing thing, and they legit try and like play that position on you as if you don't know good and goddamn well what you're actually dealing with and what you're doing. And that's my fundamental problem, dude. It's like, do not fucking insult my intelligence. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
What's going on? Go ahead, you guys. Go ahead.
I wanted to quickly ask you, Complex, sort of piggybacking on what he was saying. In the sense of, to me, what really I guess what value do we have in separating, in the sense of saying, I get obviously the separation, but I get there's no hard separation, because you could argue, hey, everyone's on YouTube. Like, what really stops when you say bring someone into the space? It's really just, hey, this exists, these set of channels exist. I guess to me, if you want a true separation, doesn't that mean like switching platforms or doing something that sort of really partitions people?
No, here's what it is. Like I said, dude, it's actually that's what I mean. People are overcomplicating shit. If you create something and then you give it a definition, then it is what it is. What I mean, dude, on YouTube or otherwise. So what if I move it to Facebook? Am I then faced with this? So basically, what you're saying is that in no way, shape, or form can anybody actually create anything, because once you create it and put it on a platform which is designed for you to create things on it, it then becomes something that anyone else can go and take away, which is not actually the case, because there's other platforms on YouTube that do what they do. And no one ever says it's not what they say it is, even though you can go to the content and verify it. What is so?
No, I get what you're saying. I guess I just I struggle with the idea of what's the real gatekeeper. I know we put a definition.
There isn't one. That's the whole point. That's why this is all silly. See, well, Renaissance, and MOT, I'm gonna let you get in because I'm gonna have to step away for a couple minutes. Check it out. Once again, what fucking level of intellect are we operating on as people? Let's start there. Are we this fucking stupid? Really?
They are.
Really? Is this what we're? Because if that's the case, then you know what? God damn it! Then we got to call it like we see it. Then.
Yep.
And I'm sick and tired of playing nice with motherfuckers who say fourth industrial generation. The utter sheer fucking stupidity, and you come at me. Are you fucking serious?
Yeah, you sipping the corn from the shaft.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, complex. Well, here's the thing that's happening here. Like a certain people don't understand why I started going at a certain attorney within this space, because I knew he was going to try to come back around and do all the information that's been already done within the space already.
Well, look, MOT, here, let's do this, man. I want to mention, I know you're speaking to, I just want to keep this.
But
go
also,
ahead.
But also, they are deliberately misunderstanding a direct definition to get a rise out of you, and you're falling for it.
No, so here's what I'm doing. I'm challenging their fucking intelligence at this point, because if you're gonna,
they don't have any.
Okay, then it's on the record. And then, like I said, as long as
you showed the record.
Well, I mean, no, we had to play it. Fourth industrial generation. Like,
no, that's what
this is what I'm saying.
But that's
this is what I'm connecting. I'm connecting the fact of new people coming to the space trying to redefine shit that has been defined already.
Right.
Has nothing to do with the audience or the people who's paying attention or the people who's new to it.
I would have to say there is some audience participation here, dude, because you know, because idiocy is a value. We've seen this. Idiocy is a value.
Hey, Wacky World's asking for the link.
Oh yeah, I see. Oh, hold on.
I was going to quickly say too, but to me, doesn't that mean that if with the space we're in, if that's all that's happening, what's there to stop people from poisoning the well? It's just a do loop essentially.
No. Here's the deal. The reality of it is this. Okay, if you think, number one, that this platform is just strictly about having these things and talking, that's where you're fucking up. Okay, there was a lot. Okay, this is why I say sometimes what you have to do is you have to take a channel for what it is. So if you go to something called the Black Brain Trust, and then you go through its catalog, you see what the content's about, and then you go to the About Us page, and then you read it, and then you see how the content matches up with that, right? Okay. See, look, here's what I don't do. I don't go to like some of the build channels that I like. Right, like B for build, B is for build, or rather be welding, or damn it, Sir Arbadawi keeps dropping out. I don't know if he's having connection issues. I go to these channels, right, and then I watch what they do. So what they'll do is they'll create like a project. I'm gonna make like I'm gonna fabricate a reverse trike, and I just sourced this CBR 1000 motor, and I'm gonna build a reverse trike, and then you start getting all the tubes and you build it all up, and then over the series of videos, you have a reverse trike that you can get in and drive, right? So you know what I don't assume? I don't assume that channel's about cooking.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Like this is what I mean, dude. If I have to like explain it in an analogous way to really just illustrate the absurdity of it, then so be it. But that's kind of what you're doing. You come here, you look at the channel, you see what it's about, and then you turn around and say, it has something to do with men crying about women or something, and it's just like holy fucking shit.
Let him do it, because you look stupid if you do that.
That's fine, and that's the whole point. See, that's why I'm saying, if you're going to tell me that 3.0 destroyed the Manosphere, then the reason why you're saying this is because we upped the intellectual quotient, and now the stupid shit falls solely on you.
No, it's just that you have to look at it. It's not about being right or wrong. It's kind of the why. But here's another thing. Being a winner has nothing to do with giving a shit about what the loser are talking about in their fucking circle. I don't give a shit about what these motherfuckers are talking about over there. They lost.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I'm just saying, man. Don't just.
I mean, think about the sheer presence of Michael Jordan and how many people who are not in the Hall of Fame who are legitimately good players because he was playing. This is how this shit has to be. You have to watch these motherfuckers lose, and it's fine. And the problem is that there is nothing they're going to be able to do
I'm
to
good.
stop the things that are going in place. I'm okay with it. I just point out the fact when there are new people coming in here trying to act all brand new to the information that he knows he's part of the space with. And
I mean,
and they're gonna do and they're gonna do shit because you know what? Most black men have no fucking originality. No fucking originality.
Ooh.
To the fucking point to where they would steal shit in the wide the fuck open and make it theirs. When they
Right.
know fucking well that that shit has a whole history with it.
I mean,
That's
and
what
that-
you're looking at.
yeah,
Nah,
and
that's,
that's, yeah.
that's being on principle, MOT. That's not even originality.
But that's
just
what, but
being
that's
on
what,
principle.
and that's what we talking about, Renaissance man. Like just how hard it is to take a lot of brothers seriously, to be honest with you, because of just
Don't
that,
even care.
right?
Yeah, they don't
Well,
even
then, look. Like I said, man, all of these things become self-evident because all it does then do is support, right? The very notion that I espouse, right? That going forward, the only thing that is going to be successful is adopting a technocratic mindset or thought, because this is where we're going. So there's an
Complex.
actual
To you, a lot of these people are at their end goal, which is restarting the conversation with them being ahead of them.
and
That's their end goal.
right.
We
And
witnessed
so-
that
and-
on the Roger Report, though. I was on that stream, and remember you was on that stream, and they was talking about that dude, man. And I had to come up there and like, look, let's talk about tech. And then Complex went in on him, and I'm just like, man, like I knew where it was going. Yeah.
but you know, part of the reason why we even went on a hiatus was just to really kind of see like where things were headed. The reboot for this channel was going to be in 2021. See, MOT, it's not that I'm trying to argue with any position that you have or anything. It's just that there were a lot of foregone conclusions, and so for us to kind of retool what we were trying to do going forward, because
I mean, niggas are arguing about Bitcoin and wearing masks. I say we fucking won.
What did I tell you? I said, listen. If you're gonna say 3.0 destroyed the Manosphere, then fuck it, I'll own it. Let's just understand the right reasons as to why, though.
But a medical professional deliberately misunderstanding the deliberate definitions of shit that's already here isn't somebody who you should be arguing with.
He shouldn't be a medical professional. He needs medical help.
That's exactly. Professionals are
Okay?
charlatan.
Let's get it fucking right, man.
Wacky on trying to get on.
Yeah, I posted the. Oh wait, there he goes. All right.
Yeah, it's just that.
Go on, Wacky.
Like, and I keep harping on it, cool uncle. Everybody wants their opportunity and chance to be the cool fucking uncle who has all the answers to a group of people who don't know the fact that they're being bullshitted by the actual person who's actually giving them the information. This is the cyclic loop that most black men want to be in. And whenever you catch one of these crazy motherfuckers doing it, they'll claim that you hate them. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Oh. Yo.
Of course, yeah.
Oh. I think he's trying to come out right now.
Yeah, but this is the cyclic loop that you're in the middle of on purpose. Because a lot of these people had no originality until they logged online. It's just like the biggest person within this space. Logged in online, seen an unprotected position, took the same position, repackaged it as his own, gave it to other people throughout the actual space, but everybody want to call that guy the greatest guy when we know where he got all the shit from. But somehow everybody else is not a fraud who picks up the same shit and sell it even though the same elements of calling everybody else frauds is based on the same element and the same growth pattern of the people who started shit in the first place. So it's like, look, a lot of these people have not grew up around principle where they have to create their own shit. Like, if there were smart people running this space, they would just start trademarking everything. So that way, when you come new to an actual environment, you have to bring something new to the environment. That's what peer-reviewed articles are about. You're just not going to copy somebody else's fucking work and just try to come here like, oh, it's new shit. Like, no, it's not new shit. We knew when this shit was created. Get the fuck out of here. But
yeah, but MOT, most of these guys, several of these guys are college educated, so they've had to write a research paper and cite sources.
No. But the cool uncle part of this is, I want to be the next person who don't hold Pookie, Ray Ray, and Keisha responsible while I try to guide you through this fucking path. That's what they're fucking doing. It's not. It's not hard to get what these motherfuckers are doing, but that's what's happening.
No, listen, man. Like I said, for me, this was going to be the last time I was going to really like address it from this position here, because there's other things that that are going to be incorporated into this channel going forward, and a lot of what it is that we discussed that's led up to where we're at now going into 2021 is now culminated, and there's too many things, and this is why it's not really a defiance on anyone's position, but I'm looking at real world signals, right? Like what's going on in the crypto markets, right? The hacking that's going on, global pandemic. My issue with a lot of this stuff is a level of projection that suggests to me that a lot of people are literally just meandering about in the world with nary a clue as to what is actually going on in the world and how the world works. And so I get very short, right, when we do things to curate information and put it together in such a way where it's synthesized, where you can sit and listen and soak it in. And then over a series of these live streams, DE. Yo, D, your camera's on, bro. Hold on a second.
Yeah, but here's the other thing, Complex. It's time to lose. It's time to lose. Like right now, I'm in the South. I got so much shit going on. I just can't wait for this fucking crash to happen. Took all this time out. I'm like, you know what? It's time to stop worrying about this shit. It's time for you motherfuckers to get UBI and start transferring it into my bank account. Because you can't fucking go anywhere.
I would say this from a brain trust position, from the brain trust position, right? Here's what it's time for. And once again, this is why I'm doing this, because now it's the beginning of decentralized open projects. Okay, there's DE.
Yep.
Decentralized open projects. Okay. I gotta hit up Christian Maddox 12. He texted me last night. He ran the idea of doing things like establishing like a sim racing server where we could run, our own, sim race leagues, and there's a lot that comes along with a lot of that from a technical aspect. So that's something that is on the table to be an outgrowth of this as a project. We've already demoed the tech yesterday, and I think I demoed it twice yesterday. Okay, so there's that part. There's the micro transport and EV open project. NEU and I already started some dialogue on this. Renaissance Band sent me some info about an open vehicle platform. I had already corresponded back to them and let them know that my EV project was actually based on an open EV project that I have all of the 3D blueprints for. So this could become an open and maybe even like a crowdsourced project, right? Because what everybody that fucks with this venue right here, we all have a technical skill set. We all have something that could contribute to a project in an open, in a sort of like on a more open source sense. Okay, there's other venues. I mentioned this yesterday. Lionel and I sat in on a a presentation from the Center for Blockchain Studies earlier last week, like a Thursday, I think it was. And I got to tell you, man, like they have these low cost courses. This is a group of Black people, mind you. Okay. And they have courses put together. I think LOM, you were there on that live stream yesterday.
Yes.
They have these courses put together, man, to fast track us into this shit. Okay. Now, part of what we're doing here too is reaching out to them. That's why Lionel and I were there. Because now the time is, like you were saying, MOT. It's like, look, winners are winners, losers are losers, right? So
time to make moves.
We're gonna exactly right. So this is what this channel now it symbolizes where we ultimately were looking to take 3.0 all along. That this just wasn't a channel that just sprung up out of the clear blue sky with no aim or objective. It's bullshit. It's bullshit, man. And you know, and it's like the discussions happen in the backgrounds with brothers, but it's not discussions about who said what and who did this and who's talking to who in the back chat. No, I hit any of you up because I'm like, bro, you on the union electrician? Let's chop it up about some EV shit. He's like, bet. He's down, more than willing to do it.
Wow.
I mean, because next year I'm gonna start nailing these fucking parts of the federal government down and start going to these fucking southern states and just start steamrolling motherfuckers.
Well, wait, check this out, MOT. Ryle, it dropped. I think it was in the 2021 agenda live stream. I'd have to pull that one up and get all those links that he had dropped in there about like it was apprentice.gov. There was like all these different like these various grant programs that are just sitting on the table untapped that he was just schooling us on. I was like, damn, like I didn't even know this shit was on the table like that. Like I'm about harnessing that, using this platform to harness that kind of shit, not the bullshit.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, but you can't force like the problem that we're having here is that the people who are here are deliberately weighing down the conversation so none of this shit happens. They're doing it on purpose. So you have to realize that, like, listen. Toward the end is where you see the most fucking loss. We're about to see the most loss now, and it has to be very normal for you to keep moving forward and not have to make announcements about what you're doing.
MOT, here's the thing, right?
Or the things that are not happening, dude.
No, here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. That once again, the position over here is that was already known, and because that was already known, maneuvers were made. See, that's where I'm at. Maneuvers were already made, right, to move forward into this next paradigm, and we spent the last couple of years trying to educate motherfuckers. Okay, so now when we get to this point here, I got a nigga up here calling out 3.0 and saying fourth industrial generation. It's finished. It's done. You guys are all highly finished. It's
Listen,
over.
man. His customer base is the exact women. Well, okay.
I ain't talking about women MOP. I'm talking about brothers.
No, I'm just telling you. I'm telling you, the person who brought this up, look at the type of people who surrounds that type of person.
Yeah, it's
you shouldn't be responding to them.
It's the all the niggas, okay? Because when I pulled the search up, what did you see? You see a whole bunch of shit.
Can you guys hear me?
It's just like flash the shit. So.
Hey, DE.
Yeah, we can hear you, DE.
Okay. I'm in complex. I'm gonna go a little bit off what you say.
Go ahead.
To me, I'm watching this thing from a point of view of as I come from a generation. Well, the first generation after World War II. And I've watched things as they change, not only here in America, as I've been around America since 1970, but England, Europe, I've been to Africa, I've been to the Middle East, I've been to the Far East, and I'm seeing things. I don't know. It's like looking at a lake and watching a storm come across that lake, and where you could, a little kid, a little baby, 2-year-old can sit at the end of that lake and play in the water, now that's no longer happening. When I say a little baby, I'm talking about people with no knowledge and people who are still searching and all that. Now we are seeing people. There's a line being drawn, and our people are not. Some are looking, and some are falling into that trap, or falling back into that trap where the generation of after mine fell into. Well, mine fell into that generation too, because we got into the drugs and all that and destroyed. I mean, I know a lot of brothers who are my age who pick up, in Vietnam, came back from Vietnam, and then they ended up some dead,
Yeah.
when the crack came in. So you got brothers now who are searching. You know what, man? Life is not going the way I want it. And a lot of them are falling into this gynocratic thing where it is
Wait,
easy.
sorry about
3.0 mix is like that line that once you either cross it or you hit your head up against it and you fall back in.
Yep.
And once you fall back in, they're holding on to you. They don't want you to come out, and you can't stand on both sides. It's like that got off just now because I couldn't take any more of that crap.
Yeah.
And that guy, he's trying to hold his head up above to see what's going on the other side of 3.0, which is TBBT, MOT, all the guys who are preaching, get yourself out of this damn gutter, stand up,
Lionel,
build something,
keep it techie.
do
Yep.
something that's going to make you a man. But he's trying to peep over, but he can't get over because he's looking at all these people behind him and saying, man, I can make a lot of money on them. So he got to preach their story and criticize 3.0. But we are past 3.0 now. You know what I'm saying? 3.0 was the line. And we are still on that line.
Thank you.
And
VE,
they
thank
don't
you.
realize that
Thank
we
you.
The
passed
ship is taking
3.0.
shots. We have to leave.
Exactly. It's time to go.
Exactly.
Shields are down to 20%. When are we going to take off?
See,
VE, thank you. Thank you so much for saying that.
That
Oh, my
line,
God.
start saying, look, hey, we're not even going to let you peep over the walls and see what we're doing anymore. You're out.
Exactly.
Once you come up with that foolishness, you're out. Don't come back.
Exactly,
You know what I'm saying? You're gonna burn the bridge after we go over it and leave you behind. If you can swim across the river, then you're gonna save yourself.
That's the way it should. That's the way it should be, man.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at earlier. But what DE is saying, you got to have some way to separate.
Yeah. Well, I mean, shit. Like I said, man, if you got clear,
you got parachute in.
Look, if you got clear defined,
and those guys don't have a parachute.
You have clear defined
And
tenets,
most of them can't swim. So guess what?
I mean, if you have clear defined tenets, right? Like I said, you don't go into an establishment.
No, I'm sorry to make it so harsh, but
no, you're good.
Nowadays, even the damn government, look, the president-elect come out and came right out and told black men, all those people who were trying to straddle the bridge, look, by such and such a date, you're gonna have to start making deals with the Hispanics. Hello, holy crap! They've been saying that for the longest time. You know how many black men are saying, "Look, the Hispanics have taken over. We are no longer the largest minority. We don't have that."
But guys were getting offended by that, and But guys were getting offended by that, D, and I was trying to tell them, yeah, if you've been paying attention to demographics, that's nothing new. Why is that an insult? You are going to have to start working with them.
Well, you know how many people have been preaching that before? You know what I'm saying? Look, 1.0 was doing that. 1.0 was doing that.
Wait,
so
what's
these
going
guys
on?
don't have any excuse.
What's going on, Dr. Phoenix?
You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, man, but I have to be harsh about this. Even with my kids, I tell them, look, your behind is going to get left behind. Serious. When I walk away from you, you're going to have to work on your own.
Straight up.
Because I'm not going. I ever have to tell my kids. I have to sit my kids down and tell them this story. You can't let this happen to you. You have to plan for it. You got to do this. You got to do this. You got to do this. And all of you, you better stop arguing with each other and learn to work together. One become a lawyer. One become a doctor. One become a friggin' one gonna be a plumber. So that when you pick up the phone, you know who you calling to talk to.
Yo, Dr. Phoenix, you there?
Yeah, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on, brother? Welcome, man. How you
What's
doing
up,
today?
Dr. Phoenix?
What's up for you?
I'm good. How
What you got on the
doing?
conversation, man?
I'll keep it short and sweet. The comment that I made on MOT's panel last about 2 weeks ago, almost, about junk DNA. This is why I said it. Exactly for this reason, and I agree that yeah, there has to be a separation. Period. Again, it can't. It can't just be. These guys are not going to stop doing what they've been doing. I think that should be clear by now. Is that they're going to do what they're going to do, and that's it. Again, and I think that's part of that. That's a huge problem with this space, and why this space cannot be taken seriously in most respects, and certainly Black men cannot be taken seriously because of the simple fact that this is about entertainment. From where I'm standing, I see nothing but people just see entertainment value in this. This gets you views, get you some likes, maybe get you some super chats, a Patreon or whatever out of the mix. But again, this is just purely entertainment. And I think this is part of the reason why you would think a space that is designed to be for Black men does not get innovated by more professional Black men, because you clearly just got these troglodytes and these savages that occupy this space that do nothing but spit out detritus and chicanery all day.
Right.
Hey, y'all. Hey, give me about 7-8 minutes. I'm gonna step away for a few. Y'all just go ahead and chop it up, okay?
Okay. Will do.
Got it.
How about that cyber attack?
Well, I think there just needs to be more conversations about what's going on, for Black folks and Black men specifically.
True.
Again, we're about 2 weeks away from the 21st year, the 21st century, and the things that still gets attention from Black folks are all these is psychosocial, spiritual babble, and conversations about
19th century subject matter.
Some dumb
19th
shit like
century subject matter, basically.
Yeah, relationships and who's fucking who, all that other stupid lame brain shit.
Yeah.
But and here's the thing too, since you've got a vaccine, you just got another one approved by Moderna, and you had Bill Gates come out today and say that he thinks they'll have 6 by 2021. You're gonna see things start to try to shift back to a normal world, but you're gonna start to see those changes that we were talking about of people saying, okay, did I really need to hire this many people, or do I really need this office space? All of those.
It's in a boost in productivity that they've never seen. They're going to want to keep that shit.
Yep.
They're not going to let the world go back to normal when it comes back to this productivity and having all these buildings and all this wasted money and shit. Dude, they ain't going back to that.
Yeah, same thing can be said for what I was going to say with lost my train of thought. There's another item. It'll come back.
But they're already doing that. I mean, if you look, one of the Walmarts down here where I live at, you go in there and they're like 2 cash registers open. Everything else is AI. I put my card inside the machine. To pay for my groceries. The machine doesn't ask me for a number anymore.
Yeah.
No passcode, nothing.
Where you at, D?
In Melbourne, Florida.
Okay.
I don't even have to put in my 4-number code. Yesterday I went to the bank and the bank asked me for a number and said you can put in. Don't put in less than 4 numbers. So when I saw that, I said, "Holy crap! Blockchain."
Yep. Oh, the other thing
They're
I was
not even
thinking of.
checking. They're not even
Yeah.
checking, man. Because whenever I go to get gasoline, like or diesel out of fucking state, I put in the wrong fucking zip code on purpose, and the shit just goes on through.
To go through. They know you. Everything on that card.
No, the other thing I was gonna add that I was thinking of that came back to me was people who are behind on rent. You got a little bit of a waiver here with this next coronavirus bill, but that's gonna be the end of that, and it's gonna be like, okay, when these eviction moratoriums are ended, and people are 6-7 months behind on rent, that's where you're gonna see that shoe drop as well in the spring.
Bro, somebody sent me a thing this morning with this family who the brother was working, but he was slow on his rent, and they still put him out. So they're still doing it now. They have not waited till they started already.
Yeah, so that's the thing is like you're gonna start to see some of those
and it's
things
still
we
a case
talked
by
about.
case basis when it comes to the court. It's still a case by case basis.
Yeah, but you're gonna see like these things we've talked about. Like I said, if they try to return to some level of normalcy, you're gonna start to see those changes that we were mentioning.
Well, I think that's the fundamental question: is what will the new normal look like? And again, I mean, there's been plenty of articles and studies come out over the past 9 months or so that have at least insinuated that you companies have been able to eke more productivity out of employees, even though they are home based, as opposed to just having employees in an office setting. So again, you're looking at profit margins and for companies. I mean, this is a massive boost to their bottom line.
Yeah, it's gonna
24 hours.
depend.
Being able to reach somebody 24 hours a day in transportation, when like before March, you barely got somebody after 5 o'clock, has been amazing levels of service.
You know, and this is why these conversations need to truly move past really this psycho-social, spiritual babble and all this other crap, and really needs to move towards more productive, fundamental conversations as to what will 2021 look like for Black people.
Yeah,
And again, you know, as I previously stated, you know, right now, well, I've been saying this since I've been coming on these panels now for a little over a year, that, you know, Black folks weren't going to have to wait another 30 or 40 years to see the denouement of Black society. No, you were going to see the implosion of Black society within the next decade. And again, this was pre-COVID, and now we're moving into a potentially post-COVID, because even with a vaccine, COVID is still going to be here.
Yeah, it's going to be here, man. Those vaccines are about making money, man. You ain't going to start no damn COVID. It's bullshit.
And so, again, this comes back to what will Black people do? What will your response be to a world that's going to be more global than it has ever been? And it's not just because we moved into the 21st century. It's because you had a global pandemic. You had a development of a vaccine in record time, the fastest in human history. Why? Because it was a global effort. And again, and Black folks have not figured out how to move beyond these silly, myopic, insular conversations and move towards a more fundamentally global and universal conversation as, okay, well, we're gonna have to have partnerships here, because it's very clear. If you were a business owner, you cannot structure a business around Black support. You'd go dead. You'd be bankrupt. You'd be dead in the water.
But that's how we should have been thinking the whole time. Because, like, for example, I mean, I was just thinking, like, when you look at America in general and, you know, a Pan-Africanist philosophy, one of the things they do get right is that, you know, you don't put all your bags in the economy in the American economy. So when it starts talking about learning different languages, you know, having skills that you can take across the world, that should have been the outlook and mindset really from the beginning.
Exactly.
Well, I'll say this much. You know, because I know I heard earlier you guys were talking about folks in healthcare in this space that, you know, kind of talk whatever. But I'll say this much. I've been in healthcare pretty much the vast majority of my adult life, even before going to medical school. Again, I had 2 bachelor's degrees before I even went to medical school. So I'll say this much. I've been in scenarios where I've been in areas where you deal with endemics on a regular basis. Again, we live in the U.S., so we see a country that, we don't see a lot of diseases like Giarditis or anything like this, any of these parasite-borne illnesses or waterborne illnesses that are very endemic to many countries, especially if you go into many of these Southeast Asian countries, Middle Eastern countries, parts of Africa. Again, they deal with their own. They deal with endemics on a regular. Again, here in the U.S., because again, we have, despite the um the failures of the public health system, we have one that does function, and so it does protect us from a lot of those really basic diseases that in most other countries will run rampant and cause a lot of issues like dengue fever and stuff like that. And so again, you have countries where they deal with these kinds of endemics on a regular basis, as to where in the US we've only dealt with something like this on this scale with COVID-19 in our lifetime. And again, this is one of these issues where, I've dealt with this being a medic in the army, dealt with this having, even when I was a undergrad and I was a critical care nurse, and I dealt with this with West Nile virus and stuff like that. Again, these are always going to be things that are going to be a part of just human existence. You're going to have disease. You're gonna have endemics. You might even have pandemics. These are just gonna be an indelible part of human existence. And unfortunately for most Black folks, we have not figured out that, yeah, we got our issues with folks across the continent and the Caribbean, whatever. But at the end of the day, I don't necessarily disagree with what Joe Biden said in that recording. He told them the truth.
Yeah, I don't either.
And again, despite what pro-blacks will have you think about, this is Black first and Black every day, all day. Like, yeah. And how far has that gotten Black folks? Ask any Black business owner if they rely solely on a Black consumer base. Where has it gotten? And again, this is why.
Here's one.
And again, you got brothers on here that are in trucking. As far as I'm concerned, you got MOT on here. There are stories, there are articles coming out right now that the need for refrigerated trucking to transport vaccines. They're telling you, they're approving of 100 million doses here, 100 million there. Realistically, in this country, you're gonna need more than 1 billion doses of vaccines.
Yep.
Yeah,
gonna
need shit over and over. Yeah.
Exactly. It's gonna keep happening.
You're assuming most of these vaccines require 2 doses.
Yep, my aunt just got hers the other day, and she said I got to get my second shot in 3 days. I'm sorry, 30 days.
Damn.
30 days.
Yeah.
What about next year when you got to get 2 more doses? And the
Wait. We're only talking about COVID-19. We're not talking about COVID-20, COVID 2021.
Exactly. So every year you're going to get 2 doses. People are realizing that you're going to be, from here on in, you're going
to. I think this is really more or less the fallout. This is more or less the fallout, because again, it's not widely known how long a vaccine will convey an immunity to the virus, or there's no telling. Again, you still run the risk of the virus mutating, and again, we know there are other strains of the virus that are in existence. And so again, there's always going to be a need for that. And so you got brothers on this panel right now that are experts in transportation and trucking and such. And so I think more these conversations we should be about talking about, okay, well, this is how we go get some of these damn government contracts, involved with the transport of the vaccine.
Yes, I am. Because I'm already on 6 right now. Why you think I ain't working?
Again, even for folks that are in the healthcare sector, for example, folks that are, let's say you were a physician or a nurse practitioner, for example, there are government contracts just to do CPR and provide BLS to help to federal employees, because that's required by law. If people didn't know that.
It is an explosion in the cleaning sector, an explosion all over the place when it comes to federal contracts. And there are states that haven't even begun to start looking at people to fulfill these contracts. So I'm just sitting here like, Bring in the clowns. It's time. It's time.
Yeah, I was going to quickly say, Dr. Phoenix, I saw an article, I'm sure you saw it, where it was talking about the number of medical school applicants that have surged because of this, and they were saying a combination of waiving the MCAT and people just seeing like being inspired by, hey, I want to go work and make a change.
Okay, so here's the thing, and I've gone over this on panels with Mike V before. Hell, it was this time last year. I did like 2 panels back to back with Mike V. And I think the first one I talked about brothers getting into nursing, and I basically went to the American Association of Colleges of Nursing. This is your accrediting body of nursing schools in this country. So whether it's the nursing school at Columbia University in New York, or Yale, or University of Wisconsin, whatever, this is the body that governs a lot of the accreditation for that. And so again, I went through this and I showed literally how there were all these various scholarships and grants.
Yep. Yeah. Shout out to DE for sending out that link to about Columbia University, I believe, or was it NYU in New York?
Yeah.
I one of the best schools you can go to, man.
Yeah, and they were giving it away for what? It was free.
When I saw that, I immediately sent it out. One guy sent it to me. He used to work with me in New York, and he's from the Caribbean like me. So these things get passed around across the community. So I said, you know what? Let me send this out to all these guys because this is one of the subjects that we discussed.
And we've talked about this before. I mean, in this panel with Mike V, I mean, we went through the stats. You can see exactly when Black folks decline in the number of applications for baccalaureate programs in nursing and graduate and doctoral programs in nursing, how they started to decline, and then you started to see proportionally the rise in the number of Latino applicants and those who matriculated to those various programs. I literally walked through it line by line through a course of a decade. And so, and literally, I was it last year? I did another post where I posted the NIH grants for folks who are looking to study blockchain and stuff like that. How they have grants for that. I mean, I did a whole bunch of stuff. So again, I say that to say that, yeah, I don't really, I don't know these folks like that, so I'm not gonna personally speak on them. But I would just say that, I just think in general, I don't take these folks serious, and I never will, because at the end of the day, I know what's on the horizon. I know it's been on the horizon for a number of years, most of my adult life, and what the book that Eugene Robinson wrote, a decade or so ago,
Splintering of Black America.
Yeah, he was absolutely correct in his hypothesis. His hypothesis was absolutely correct. You're going to have this recalcitrant backwater segment of Black society that unfortunately they're going to die out. They will die out.
Yeah, he said roughly that's the underclass, about what, 25%, I believe?
Yeah, about 25%. Yeah, they're going to die out.
Yeah, 2/3. Yeah, it's supposed to happen.
And so again, I know a lot of brothers over here believe in this whole idea of Black all this and Black all that. Look, at the end of the day, you're a Black man. You're a Black man whether you step a foot, whether you're here in the U.S. You're a Black man whether you step on the foot on the continent of Africa. You're a Black man if you step on the Asian continent. You're a Black man if you step on the Eurasian continent. At the end of the day, you're a Black man. So you're a Black man wherever you go. Yeah. So whatever you do, and whoever you're with, you will always recreate that of you.
Yeah. Thank you. Because a lot of people don't know how biology works.
Exactly. Yeah, no, you got to have an excellence first mentality, and then after you have the excellence, you look around and see who's Black, and then you team with people.
That's the way it should be.
There you go.
There you go. That's the way it should be.
I've heard some conversations from probably some of the biggest names out here on YouTube over the last few weeks. And it's very clear to me, they say one thing, but they clearly understand what's going on.
They do. I mean, but they have to speak that way, Dr. Phoenix, so that way they can keep their audience.
Yeah,
that's kind of the actual problem when you're dealing with these type of people. Like, I talk to pro-Blacks, and there's a different mantra of what's happening online. And most of these dudes, secretly, they're not messing with these people on the private level. I mean, they are going to be able to move around how they should. I mean, they won't black as in the control, but but any culture is controlled by the actual standards and the success within. And a lot of people who are far smarter than the dumber people within these spaces are starting to adjust what they do on the ground, not the rhetoric. The rhetoric brings in a lot of money. So, yeah.
Yeah, no, I absolutely agree because like, and this particular brother, again, he had he had a young brother calling. Brother was around my age, had a PhD in electrical engineering, lived out in California, and he was basically telling a story about how he makes six figures and how the main woman with him is a non-black woman. And he asked him, well, what happened to this? And this particular brother asked this brother, well, what about what happened with a black woman? And he said, well, I had this one woman, her and I, we have been messing around with each other off and on for a few years. But then he came out and told him, when he asked him, well, what happened? He came out and told him, well, the reason I never took her serious because she only decided to get serious with me after she saw me after I got my PhD and I started making six figures.
Yeah. The Negro Mazunga.
Yeah, exactly. And he went on, and in response, after him and the brother finished the call, he actually went on a little mini rant, if you will, about black women and speaking to his black, because he has a lot of black female listeners, basically telling them like, yeah, you need to be sad, because the brother pretty much acknowledged, yeah, I was a broke grad student. Nobody didn't really want to mess with a broke grad student. And again, I know there are a lot of these life coaches, dating coaches, whatever. I consider them all one and the same.
Same here.
Yep, same here. Charlatans.
I mean, you can
I know
actually.
There's a lot of them in this space, but again, I think that whenever you're dealing with these folks, do black men really need to sit down with somebody and pay them, hundreds of dollars an hour? Just to tell them
accept absolutely
not.
It depends on what
you're Dr. Phoenix is worse. Dr. Phoenix is worse. to accept an inferior product. That's why you have to put the ... to accept an inferior product.
Hell no.
I was gonna quickly add, Dr. Phoenix, when you say life coaches, the thing that's been, I think, flipped here is dating coaches and life coaches have replaced mentors.
Sure have.
Well, again,
and that's the problem.
The purpose of a mentor is to help you move through a specific industry in life. Again, if a mentor cannot help you get more money in your pocket or help you get that promotion to management, then what good is that? What good are they?
Yeah. Salute to Mike V for providing those IT mentorships as well. Yeah.
Well, again, you guys were, for the longest time, as long as I've been in this space up until this summer, you guys were doing your regular Saturday program where it was you, Nagom, Mike, and some other brothers. And you guys were literally doing mentoring in real time.
Yeah, I mean, but
that's worth its weight in gold.
It's the same process, and it's the same process, and it hasn't changed.
Many of our people not seeing the process that the country is going through right now. We're gonna have freedom. Yes, we're gonna have a constitution, and we're gonna have you have this right and that right and that right. But when you walk up to somebody and say, "I have this right," you say, "Yeah, how much are you willing to pay for it?"
Well,
and that's the way it's going. It has been going like that incrementally for a while, but after this COVID thing, you can see that this COVID thing is separating a lot of these things and making it like this is the line, and going forward, the price is going up.
Let me. I've said this before, but I'm going to expand upon this. I'm going to let brothers in on a secret about mentoring. You do not pay for a mentor; you earn a mentor.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
You do not pay for a mentor; you earn a mentor. You have to demonstrate that you are proficient in whatever it is that you're doing to earn a mentor.
Yeah, exactly.
The purpose of a mentor is to help you move from A to B with the least amount of hassle possible while helping you be not just be more proficient in what you do, but make more money in the process. You do not pay for that. You earn the right to get that.
Exactly.
Again, I've never seen sort of this Twilight Zone, how mentorship gets flipped on its head. It's only in Black society and only really in this space where you see this concept and this idea of mentorship just becomes, well, hey, well, you got this, you got that, hey, you need to come talk. No, that's not how this crap works.
Hit the cash app.
Hit the cash
Yeah,
out.
they
I
do
do
this
not.
on purpose,
I would
though.
never in my life pay. I would never in my life pay another man to tell me what the hell I did wrong in my life. If that is what reflection and inflection is for.
Introspection.
Right.
That is what the ability to look within and say, okay, yeah, and be honest with yourself and say, this is what I did wrong.
Yep, that's right.
And again, if you're a man and you can't stand on your square and do that for yourself, then you just failed at life.
Exactly.
What's good, Sheep?
What's going on, fellas? Yeah, man.
Welcome, brother.
Welcome.
Hey, what's up, Sheed?
What's going on now, man? I hear this topic a lot of times. Like he was saying about it earlier. I was listening to a guy on Roger's channel, and he was 22-year-old guy wanting to get married. And there were so many guys in this space just seeing.
I remember that stream.
The regulations about being married and stuff.
Right.
And it was funny to the point where he ultimately said, I'm gonna have to break up with my girl and don't pursue a relationship with her. And I'm like, and I was listening to him in the chat, and I'm hearing these guys telling him, well, you know, if you get a girl, man, go ahead and make her sign the paperwork, or she has to give over the rights to her child.
Man, that's toilet paper.
And everything.
Toilet paper.
Yeah, and I explained to the guy, I said, are you married? And he, no. Do you have kids? No. Dang. So how are you going to give this guy this information of, oh, this is 100%, take it and run with it? But you're not even
like,
you're not living your own experience.
Not even ready.
Like this would be killing me, man. I'd be like, wait, like when I like, so for example, I'll hear the whole like, you know, surrogate thing, right? And I'm like, so wait a minute, just contribute to the single parent problem. Just do it as a male.
I've said it before and I said it again.
Yeah, pretty much. I
do not do mentorship.
Mr. Mom.
You're either gonna earn the right for me to mentor you, or if people are Black, or in the case for most Black folks, you're gonna have to pay me. The money you give for all this other silly crap, you're gonna have to pay me. If you're really serious about it, you're gonna put your money where your mouth is. Any
you just said, he said, I mentor my apprentices, but if they don't want to learn, I won't teach. Look, bro, I was a sponge.
And that's how it works.
I was a sponge, bro. He was like, hey, are you trying to learn all this? I was like, man, look, I'll soak this all up. He gave me keys to the shop in the office.
But again, that's fundamentally how this works, about how mentorship works. You know, only in Black society where you see this stuff gets flipped on its head, where mentorship becomes this whole thing about, well, you need to do it for the culture and all this other crap.
Or you have mentors who are not accomplished in the field they're mentoring in.
Yeah, those are fakes. Yeah.
Well, my personal opinion on that is simply that, look, you know, people can talk to me offline. They know who I am. I don't put all my business out there. So either you go mentor on what you say you do, and because you're a part of that, or you're not. It's just simple as that. Look, I'm not paying nobody to tell me some psychosocial spiritual babble. I'm just not.
And something that they haven't even done. That's the funny part.
I don't care about the chakra energy and all this other crap. I don't give a damn about none of that. Only thing I care about is, hey, when all this is said and done, Black people are going to be left holding a really an empty bag, and Black folks are going to be the ones crying about, well, no one never told us about this. We didn't know. And only thing
it's going to be a bag with an L.
But we already know this is the typical line Black folks get. Well, there was no one out here telling us about this one about. Man, look, folks have been saying this for a while. That's what drew me to the Black Brain Trust in the first place. You know, again, folks have been saying have been predicting what was going to happen with Black folks in this country for a while. It's not just, you know, a Dr. Claude Anderson or some of these other folks out here. No, it's been folks who are at a more at the ground level who have been who are in various fields. They see what's going on. I've been talking about what's going on with Black folks in the healthcare field for since I've been coming on these panels.
Yep.
And again, I don't give a damn how many Black healthcare professionals sit on panels and tell Black folks what they want to hear. The truth is the truth.
Exactly.
If Black folks want to be recalcitrant, you want to talk all this crazy stuff about vaccines, Black folks are immune to COVID, Black folks can't get COVID, all this other crap, well, fine. Then you're just going to be a group of people.
Conservatives do, man. That's what they do, man.
Or there's new shit where we're supposed to get superpowers tomorrow. What the hell is this shit? What the hell is
I'm sorry, did I miss something?
I'm done. Man, me too. I'm sick of this shit. I'm not done with it. Fuck them.
Did I miss something? Because
nothing. Continue.
No, really, just the point here is simply that, again, you have various brothers on the panel in various fields with various with expertise in different industries, and again, the question is, why are there not more Black folks who are being drawn to the spaces like this? Because again, we know at the base level, I've been saying this for long, the base level programming for most Black men in this space is your mama.
Exactly.
It's your mama. These guys, this is why, if you look at, and it's not that you need to be, a psychologist to know this. It's more or less that I've been in healthcare long enough to see what people do, and I can predict with like 95, 96% confidence, and we can get into confidence intervals, where I know exactly the way someone's gonna go and what they're gonna do. Because I just been in healthcare long enough to know that, yeah, when I talk to people based on what they tell me, I already know what they're gonna do.
Yeah, that's like I was on a panel one time and it was funny. The guys who were all talking, the typical woman this, woman that, and one guy broke out and started talking about life insurance. I told the guy I got life insurance, and certain life insurance that he was speaking of, I'm like, okay, you kind of know what you're talking about. I'm kind of versed in that. And ultimately, guy was like, well, I'm gonna take all this money, put it in the life insurance, and leave it for my child, and the baby mom, she's gonna come back and get the kids and take all the money. I'm like, hey, dude, we can talk about women all day. Let's get back to the money, because ultimately this is what this space needs. Guys are complaining about these women. I told them, I said, just like Kevin Samuel tell these women, some of these guys are gonna be alone. You just gotta accept it, man. Just be by yourself and deal with it, because most women are not gonna sit here and do the right thing. When it comes to that, they're not doing it. So we have to get an understanding. If they're not going to come to the table, the next generation, we got to set them up.
That's why I'm all about my daughter. That was why Johnny Blaze and I think it was 2 weekends ago, or was it last weekend? I don't remember, man.
It was 2 weekends ago.
2 weekends ago.
Blazer?
No. It was me and Johnny Blaze.
Johnny Blaze.
We did a Black fatherhood and the fourth industrial paradigm live stream. Where we because he and I, we're both widowed single fathers.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm sitting over here, like I got my little one over here, she knocked out. And I'm listening to like this surrogacy shit. And I'm like, nigga, I'm a single dad. Like, what the fuck?
Oh shit.
Like doth thine ears deceive me?
Yeah. I was in that
fuck am I hearing, bro?
Subject, man.
This is something that pops up a lot in healthcare. Believe it or not, living wills, power of attorneys, life insurance, health insurance,
life insurance beneficiaries.
This is part of the reason why I preach so much about why brothers need to go into healthcare. Healthcare is the intersection of everything that's happening in society. You want to see how a child can go from potentially becoming a productive citizen to becoming the mongrels you see out here today. Go be in pediatrics. You can see it. If you, and again, for anyone that has a child, if you have kids and you don't have a life insurance plan, you're setting your kids up for failure.
Yep.
Life
make sure
life
you
insurance is
get
one
an
of the
adequate
principal
amount
ways.
too.
Well, yeah, life insurance is one of the principal ways white folks have been able to transfer a lot of wealth throughout history.
Yep.
They've gotten multiple life insurance policies, millions of dollars in life insurance, and when they move on or whatever, their children ultimately inherit those funds and property and everything else. And so again, life insurance has just been one of those ways that white folks have been able to transfer wealth down generations. And what black folks don't understand, have not gotten, and why these conversations are just so silly in the space, because again, I've seen some conversations, and my lady she's saying like, damn, they go keep talking about the same damn two folks every damn day. Because it's just like you get the remix of a conversation of a remix of that conversation, and it's like, good God, and unfortunately, when it comes to sort of this idea of having life insurance and wealth, again, I'm not one of those guys that want to tell a black man to get married. If you want to get married, do whatever you do. But again, there's a very famous woman out there. Believe it or not, she used to be on Boyce Watkins' channel years ago. Her name was they call her the Princeton Mom, but she specifically talked about.
I remember her. Yeah.
But yeah, she specifically talked about the best times to get paired with a significant other in your life and what environment. Yeah, college. And again, and for folks out here that tell you they I've heard some of these panels and dudes talking to chicks talking about, I was in college, but I'm living here and I can't find a guy. They're serious. Like, I don't believe them. Never have, never will. I've been in academia for long enough to know that if I can sit here and see these other groups of people pairing with each other, and even pairing outside of their cultural groups, their ethnic and cultural groups, and it's no problem for them, then the question becomes, what the hell are black people doing?
Right. Real quick, Paul asked what he said. Wait, did I miss the surrogate convo? Did you guys say it was good or bad? We didn't have the surrogate convo, but as a widowed single father, I'll tell you right now, I never have a preference for being a single. I was married when we had her, and we kind of planned that all out, right? So it was the right situation for it. Never would I suggest to someone to do something in the wrong situation. Like, never. That just fundamentally doesn't even make any sense. But hey, right? What am I? I'm a sensible guy. Like, hey.
Well, I think we know that common sense and rationality kind of goes out the window in this space.
Right?
It sure is.
What's going on, Aegon?
What's up? I came to talk about just that, what you just talked about, because I was waiting to get y'all spilling it. What's wrong with surrogacy for black men?
No, like I said, so really, we're gonna just keep doing the single parent thing.
I mean,
I would imagine also, just when you look at the most successful outcomes, I mean, it's having more resources. I mean, having two parents that are smart, educated, can provide an income, it just makes a life a lot easier. I'm sure Complex can vouch for that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, that's like asking me, well, what's wrong with driving with one tire flat?
Well, again, I refer back to conversations that Mike V and I had, where I specifically talked about ACEs. Everyone can go to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. They have a whole thing. They have tons of information and articles on this. It's called ACEs. It's an acronym meaning Adverse Childhood Experiences. So
ACEs, right?
ACEs. So yeah. I've gone through this many a times, and I've talked about.
Just real quick. Dr. Phoenix and I we had a long phone conversation about this. Go ahead.
Yeah, and so if you go and you go to the CDC website, you type in ACEs, it talks about just even co-parenting in of itself is a stressor for a child.
It's a stressor, exactly.
Yes. Again, co-parenting situations, situations where there's a blended family, broken home, whatever. Those are all stresses for a child.
Yeah,
Are you familiar with what ACEs are, Aegon?
No, what are ACEs?
Repeat that, Dr. Phoenix.
It's adverse childhood experiences or events, depending on whatever.
Or how you, yeah. Like, so for example, my daughter went through one. Let me get this out, Renaissance Man, then just follow up on it. My daughter went through this. This is kind of like the crux of the conversation that I had with Dr. Phoenix. So my daughter went through this in losing her mom. Okay. So the very thing that when you're asking me this, well, you're asking someone who's actually going through it. And if you're saying, well, what's wrong with it? Well, let me count the ways. Go ahead, Renaissance.
Yeah, no, I was just going to quickly add. I think the also problematic is the fact, it's one thing, complex. Your situation, obviously, that wasn't something you chose. It happened, and you had to deal with the situation. Someone saying, "Hey, I'm going to go purposefully go into this situation."
That is beyond me. I cannot. Even.
It's like if the women are that bad, why procreate with them? Why not just find better women?
I don't understand it, man.
But why would a man? Hold on. First, I'm gonna ask this question: how much, Dr. Phoenix? You know about this? How much does it cost to get a surrogate?
It costs tens of thousands. I mean, it all depends on where you go. It really does.
Would you say a man who basically chooses surrogacy will have his stuff together?
Well, wait a minute.
But I think that's kind of moving the goalpost.
Right, I was going to say, because let's go back to the early childhood, adverse childhood experiences. Let's start.
That's a very general type of situation, because most of us have went through that. Majority of us have.
And look at the outcomes.
And I think this goes to something that MOT has discussed, and other brothers have discussed. Part of why surrogacy in the context of, well, this woman had a child, with a guy that he's not in the child's life, and then that person turns around and then gets with someone else. Again, part of that is that, and this is just purely my opinion, what I'm about to say right now. I personally believe that technically childless people should be with childless people. That's how it should be. But again, I'm not necessarily opposed to it, assuming that one, the child is of a manageable, the child can be managed. Two, because we already know just from conversation in space, if you were a man to get with a woman and be get with a woman that's have children, and she 9 times out of 10, you're not going to be able to discipline those children.
Exactly.
Say the last part again. I didn't hear you. Said you get with a woman.
If you were a man that got with a woman that already had children, 9 times out of 10, you're probably not going to be able to discipline that child. It's highly unlikely that you'll be able to discipline that child.
I mean,
I'm in that situation now.
You can say that about kids that's yours that you can't really.
Why start on a wait, here's the question. Why start on a dysfunctional basis? Let's start there. Why start by invoking ACEs into your child? Let's start there. Why would you intentionally do that?
Because
quick question.
The women of basically your environment could be that dysfunctional, and you won't have the
so
power.
Add to the dysfunction. That's the answer.
No, it's not add to the dysfunction.
You're invoking ACEs in a child early on by inducing them into a single parenthood environment. You are intentionally doing this, and I can speak to this. Wait. I'm speaking from experience because I am a single father whose daughter. Now the situation is different. Mm-hmm. But you have to see what you're trying to do is argue with someone whose child has to go through therapy over this. And so now I have to question you,
right?
And why you would put a child through something like this? Because do you think? Wait, hold on. Do you honestly think I would willingly put my daughter through something that would require therapy for her later on in life? Why would I purposely do such a thing? Why would you purposely do such a thing?
Mm-hmm.
Because Okay, let me ask you.
Why not just change the environment? Why not get to a better environment? And
Wait, no. I'm interested to hear why he would purposely put his child through something like this. This is interesting. Go ahead.
Because the child is going to need therapy regardless if she grows up in a household where the mother has more power than the father.
Don't go marry a woman who does that, or get a woman. I mean, it's reactive. Like, choose a woman that will follow a normal nuclear family structure. How hard is that?
Wait. Okay, so Aegon, let's back it up. Wait, Aegon, let's back it up, because once again, now this is where my situation comes into play, because I did it the right way, where I didn't have that woman there, and everything worked right. Now, the reason why I can speak to this is because life happened, right? The whole till death do us part thing and all that. But guess what? That whole life insurance thing that was being talked about, having an estate set up and all that kind of shit. Well, see, all of those mechanisms were in place to deal with the untimely events of something like that happening. See, this is called planning your life out. And you want to plan it out in such a way where you don't want to purposely induce this type of shit, because life has a habit of doing it on its own, right? See, so what I don't want to do is compile it on. I don't want to purposely bring a child in that and then say, yeah, I'm putting you in this situation purposely so that you can deal with it in therapy later. Like, are you what?
Okay, complex. Your situation is very unique.
Right. So in your situation, what you're talking about, wait. So in your situation now, you have more control over this. Now you really are going to have to explain the logic behind this one.
Because you will have power as the parent if ultimate basically autonomy as the parent if you have surrogacy. If you get married under American law, and or say you don't, you have a kid with this woman.
Wait. You're saying if, and I was that, and let me tell you right now, if anyone who knows,
you're basically riding on hope that she won't flip on you.
Okay.
Can I just say something really quick?
Go ahead.
And I want to go after him.
Go ahead. Let's just be really honest here as Black men, and just acknowledge the fact that brothers make some of the most horrible choices in women. And again, and I think a lot of that comes back to what I've always discussed, sort of how that imprinting that mothers have done, Black mothers have done onto their sons. Most men choose women who are like their mothers.
Look, Dr. Phoenix, quickly look at like professional athletes. You have essentially any choice of woman, and look who a lot of these guys end up with.
Because they choose women who are just like their mothers. If you were to see their mothers and look at the women that they date and procreate with, these women are just younger carbon copies of their mothers in demeanor and attitude and actions and behaviors and so on and so forth.
Every goddamn thing.
So we can ride with that. Let's say I agree. Most men choose women like their mothers.
Mm-hmm.
Because they were probably raised by their moms, already in an adverse condition.
Yes, and so it becomes incumbent among men to understand what follies did your mother make in her life and how not to repeat that. But so at some point, Black men have to accept the fact that, yes, I'm an adult now. I know my mama was screwed up. Most Black men will never be honest about their damn mother.
I may be able to illustrate. Hey,
let me bring Judge. Hey, what's going on, Judge? How you doing, brother?
I'm all right. I appreciate you asking. First of all, please, if I may, Dr. Phoenix, thank you so much for all the effort you've placed into trying to get people to understand and take this pandemic seriously. I'm extremely grateful to you for that.
Oh, no need to thank me. Look, Black folks go do what Black folks go do. The brothers that took it seriously, congratulate them. I'm just here to I am here to just tell folks what really the deal is, because I know there's a lot of misinformation going on out here. So it is what it is.
Thank you. As far as the topic at hand, Aegon, let me illustrate this to you, okay? Because I think you understand what Complex is saying, but I think you're justifying it in a position that you don't need to. So, what is it going to take? What is the dollar cost for surrogacy? What is your estimate for the dollar cost of surrogacy?
What was it, like 50, 100K or something like that?
I would say 100. I would say 50 would be extreme low side.
Okay, so 75, 100K.
Yeah. Would you agree with that, Aegon?
Okay, I'll agree with that. I'll agree with that.
All right. And on top of that, right, you're going to spend $250,000 raising the child.
Right.
Right. Okay. So, again, with only your resources to tap. So, if that is going to be the resource cost in dollar value, would that not be better spent perhaps relocating or reallocating reallocating to where your pool of potential candidates for parentage would be better suited to being amenable to a 2-parent household? And then once you've done that, right, go through the avenues of getting non-sanctioned marriages, while also setting up trusts, life insurance, and trusts and redundancies to be able to raise a child, so that yes, aces may happen, but that you don't induce an ace.
That's what I mean. There's ways to not do that. That's what I did with my wife. We didn't have a state sanctioned marriage. We had an incorporated union. It's the reason why when she did pass away, why I wasn't on the hook for her student loans. Like, dude, like my issue is that when this happens and you're talking to experienced men, you're talking to an experienced man who did it right, but life happened, right? Okay, but even with life happening, I took the proper precautions. So I'm not on the hook for the remainder of her master's degree student loans, which wasn't that much anyway, it was like $17,000. Okay, she went to goddamn Jesuit college, dude. I forgot how much it cost to go there. Okay, but I wasn't on the hook for. There's a lot of things I wasn't on the hook for. Why? Because we used different vehicles to do it. And here's my problem. I've broken down how to set that up on this channel before. Yeah. Oh, but that's just something that these you techie nerd niggas don't know nothing about. Oh, really? And this is why I get really frustrated. I get real short because I'm like, we've been told that we should be charging for the type of information we've been putting out. We've been told that because of us, even though we say, hey, look, we are not certified financial planners, so go consult with one. If you really want investment advice and all that, we're just going to be covering information and giving you our thoughts on it. Look, Cass decided they wanted to move on it anyway, and they banked on it. Okay, you see. So listen, this is just what I was illustrating earlier on when I said, and I titled this 3.0 Destroyed the Manosphere. The reality of it is this: like I said, this goddamn platform upped the intellectual quotient. We don't do that kind of shit. With all due respect, Aegon, but you're talking to a grown-ass man here, man, who did it right and put the right goddamn protective measures in place, man. That's why it's like, don't come to me with no low-level shit, because I'll tell you right now, as a result of life happening, I am a single father, and I wouldn't wish this shit on nobody. Who the fuck would actually willingly do this, man? That's one of the dumbest goddamn things I've ever heard, man.
Exactly.
Hang on. You know my argument.
I never got a chance to respond to anybody.
No, you did. But I just wanted to add this. I just wanted to add this to you real quick. And you know my response that has always been similar in this vein is, again, if it's important enough that you're willing to go the route of surrogacy, shouldn't it be important enough to go through the routes that are logically more readily for success?
I agree.
I love I'm gonna love my child too goddamn much to induce a goddamn early childhood trauma on them, man. That just doesn't fundamentally make any fucking sense.
I just want to know, is this conversation being had in other spaces? because people keep saying that because in
ridiculously
other
enough,
cultures, because that's my thing is people keep saying they can't make it work in the American environment. And I'm like, I don't hear this happening from immigrants. I don't hear this from the Asian
because
people.
our women are different. Hold on, I didn't get a chance to speak at all, and it's kind of like some half brain stuff that's going on here. Black women are different,
bro.
Go get an African woman,
bro.
You because no, you know what? No, see, Aegon, see, this is your first time on the brain trust now, isn't it?
I can't talk. I let you guys.
What, but dude, the problem is this, Aegon. You really are coming in here on some low level shit. I gotta be real with you, bro.
So okay. So saying
I gotta be real with you.
So basically saying a group that basically are Americans, but basically did something to their men that even they didn't do to the white men. The white women didn't do to white women what black women did to black men.
So why are you still trying to deal with
it? Stop! I'm talking, homie.
Thank you.
Because it's personal.
No. I'm trying to tell the truth. I'm trying to say we're all Americans, but stuff happens different because it's different cultures and different groups. What I'm saying is that black women are on a different page. So what I'm saying that is different precautions you have to take. Judge is 100% right about going somewhere. That is a way better option.
So do you want to hear the position of a brother who did it right? Well, no. This is what I'm saying, dude.
Because you keep saying a brother that did it right. A lot of us could do it right and it still turn out wrong. You just basically.
Well, wait a minute. Did you hear what you just said?
Yes, but most people it turns out wrong. Complex.
Okay, so maybe they're not doing the right thing. Aegon.
No, it's the environment, man. What do you?
So, Aegon, let me ask you. Can I ask you this? Why does it? If you know these women are no good, why not just leave them alone? Why not get an African woman?
Holy shit! I mean, no, but I'm sorry, Renaissance man. I don't mean to cut you off, but see, once this platform starts espousing things like sapiosexualism, right? Taking a completely different approach to the whole dating and mating. Wait a minute. As soon as that's proposed, right? You want to get a whole bunch of arguments. I get a whole bunch of pushback. But wait a minute. Again, you're talking to a dude who set up the proper precautions, who did it the right way, who only had one child with a woman that was married, who set it up in a non-state sanctioned way, and you bring the hypothetical scenarios up, but then I turn around and I say, well, wait a minute. If you actually change the way you approached it, you could avoid a lot of it. But see, what we're doing is we're doing the reactionary thing and not the proactionary thing. That's what's going on here.
Yep.
That's really what's cracking right about now.
But
bro.
that's my point. I don't see people who want to play with fire if they're saying that fire is continually burned.
Yeah.
So getting women from a different country, reactionary or proactionary?
No, we said use your head.
What you just said? I'm going off what you just said right now.
Regardless of where you go, use your head. Like I said,
So getting a surrogate,
Still a man.
That's not using your head. I just asked you why would you purposely induce a child into early childhood trauma? Why would you purposely do such a thing?
Because it's going to happen in this culture anyway.
There you go. What? So keep perpetuating it. That's your answer?
No, it's not.
Well, that's what you're doing. That's exactly what you're doing.
There's different.
No, that's exactly what you're doing.
There's no way around that.
That's what I mean. There's no way around it. That's why I keep cutting you off.
I can't speak. I mean,
because you're not making sense.
No, I'm talking to you. Can I talk to this complex, please? Thank you. There are different types of trauma. So basically, if you live in a country where no-fault divorce is a common thing, where basically the man gets put on child support and the woman gets custody of the kids, you basically have to become reactionary at that point. So Judge had the best solution for it. I have nothing wrong with it. Judge, you see, I didn't go against that. But to say a brother who puts down 100 G's to have a child is going the wrong direction, that's crazy. And basically saying like it's not better than dealing with these women out here. What world are you guys living in?
No.
Where are these? Hold on, complex. Hold on, real fast. You can't name 10 famous sapiosexual women.
Well, wait a minute. So once again, wait. No, hold on. What? Because I'm going to illustrate what just happened here. So no. Wait. So let me illustrate what just happened here. I said, explain to me why it is that you would willingly subject a child to early childhood trauma experiences, and you start telling me about women. This is very interesting.
Because that's how you have a child. That's how you have a child.
Right. It is. Oh no, it's not the surrogacy route.
Yes, it is. I use what are you talking about? You use a woman.
Dude, if you're paying for a surrogate, you don't need a woman.
That's a woman, ain't it?
But you're not dealing with her, right? Because you're paying her to have a baby.
You're a child. What are you talking about?
This is 2.0 egg on, yo. Exactly. Like I'm thinking you coming over here with a little more, bro. Like this ain't a good look, man. This ain't a good look, fam.
Ain't a good look.
This ain't a good look, fam.
Okay, hold on.
On some 3.0 shit. This ain't a good look, fam.
Judge,
I just want
Judge, am I tripping?
Why do you need approval of him?
This is not a good look, fam.
Okay, this is why I just want to let you know. You're going to pay a woman to have your child. Am I right?
Yes.
Are you marrying this woman?
No.
Are you going to be with this woman?
No.
So you don't have to depend on this woman for anything but the child. Why are you arguing about the issue of that child and you're not being with the woman? You're only having that child. So technically, like we're saying, you're bringing a child into this world and you're going to have to deal with the consequences of this child having issues of not having mother-son or mother-daughter day. She's going to start having issues of where's my mom? What are you going to say to her? That's what we're trying to get you to understand. You keep bringing about the woman, but you're not dealing with the woman. She's only having a child. You have nothing to do. Most of the time, surrogates, you can kind of deal with them if you want to on a personal level, but most of the time, you just paying the money, you're getting the child, and that is it.
Well, I mean, look. Why contribute to the single parenthood issue? Look. There's so many negatives. You're contributing to the single parenthood issue. Two, you're purposely invoking early childhood traumatic experiences, right? You know what? Why don't you just do this? How about you just not have a kid? How about you get a dog? Get a doggo.
Or I got a better idea. If it is as bad as brothers are saying, why isn't there a collective movement to go, if they believe the environment can be changed, to go change the laws? If it's as bad.
Exactly,
I mean, but why bring more humans in and then subject them to the same shit, dude? You're not giving me any logical reason why you would do such a thing.
Hold on.
Well, can I? Well, go ahead.
Go ahead, Dr. Phoenix. You got it.
No. Let him go. He can go. Go ahead.
Okay.
The brother mentioned, why don't you change the laws? You can't change the laws because of the women.
Yes, you can. There are plenty of women who do not subscribe to feminism.
Oh, okay. Are there more women that subscribe to feminism or more women that don't?
I'm going to say there are more that don't, because feminism is taught at the collegiate level and most women aren't going to college.
I've got to respectfully disagree.
Women in general are indoctrinated into feminism.
Yeah, I'll have to respectfully disagree with the gentleman with the landscape view.
That's me, Renaissance Judge.
Renaissance. Again, you have women who will outright state and rebel that they aren't feminist, but still support all the gains and privileges that feminism has brought forth. Therefore, i.e., they are de facto supporters of feminism.
Now, what wave of feminism?
They're just not proponents of radical. Of the radical variant of feminism that's put in the media space.
Here's how this becomes really, really easy. Here's how this is really easy. So, number one, you don't get what a fucking feminist chick. I get that there's a lot of them out there, right? Because I exist in the same earth plane that you guys do. So I see the same things, but guess what I don't do? Engage with the feminist ones. Now, you can do that. But also, the other thing that you can do is that if you decide to go that whole marriage route thing, do the unincorporated thing. Do it in such a way where you have built-in protections. I just broke down how it was that I wasn't on the hook.
You can't have kids with her.
What are you talking about?
How do you have kids with her? You won't have she'll have more power.
Okay, Aegon, back it up. I'm talking about, first of all, avoiding the wrong women, right? So like I said, it's okay if you have to just not just be reckless with your dick. See, it's how I've got to 43 years of age and I only have one child at the age of 9. It's how there's a reason why I've gotten there. Okay, because I was responsible. It starts there, man. Like you can talk about
It
all
takes
the women and
discipline.
blah 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 and all this other shit. I gives zero fucks because see, I live my life for me, and there's certain things that I do want and certain things that I don't want in it. And see, I have all the control in the world, right? In terms of what it is that I will bring into this motherfucker and what I won't bring into it. And see, this is what I'm trying to espouse to you. You're I say, well, why would you do this to a child? Why wouldn't you wait it out? I mean, you do realize as a man, you can have kids into your 50s, your 60s if you chose to. So you have plenty of time to suss out and vet out a quality candidate. In the meantime, get your paper up. That's all we've ever espoused over here. It's never been about the environment, how these women aren't fit. You think I give a fuck? I never have. I never have. And there never will be a time where I will. Look, feminism, that's their agenda, not mine. Mine is technocratic, homie.
I was going to add, Judge, I think it's regional too, because I grew up in the Deep South and women were not feminists like that. I mean, this must be a more of a Northeastern, West Coastern thing. I mean, you honestly, the environment will not support it. If you live in a rural area like that, you can say you're feminist all you want to. Good luck.
It's a lot of hope again. A lot of hope.
Again, what Renaissance, again, with all due respect,
you don't know what
again,
you're talking
about. They're not de facto claiming radical feminism, but they do reap benefits of those aims. Again, there's a whole lot of women in the South that reap the benefits while they want to claim Southern Belle, but reap the benefits over default default custody, child support situations, yada yada. The running the gamut, utilizing the public availabilities of overt and covert welfares.
But see, that's going to be stigmatized. There's a social stigma against that. I've seen it firsthand.
In the South, you guys have just as quote
you making up shit now.
No, I've seen. Now, granted, this was in more of a religious environment. Granted, this was more in a religious environment. There was a shame against divorce, and women did face a social penalty for that. Now, I can't speak to the greater society as a whole in that regard, but the environment I was, it was very much looked down upon.
Yes,
and
maybe
you were
30
outcast.
years ago, maybe 30 years ago, but not presently.
Well,
because de facto single parenthood exists.
Not right now. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, if you guys allow me to interject here for a moment.
Wait, say that again, Dr. Phoenix?
No, if you guys just allow me to interject for a moment.
Yeah, go ahead.
Now to what the brother is saying, I mean, I think it's, I think any black man under 50 knows this by now that, this is kind of the game that gets played among, I'm assuming we're talking about black women here. Yeah, we know this is the game that gets played by black women, of course. But again, part of being a man is your ability to master your environment.
Thank you.
And so again, if you have no control over your environment,
thank you.
How can you possibly have control of a woman? And I think that's part of the problem. Black men put the cart before the horse. And unfortunately for most black men learn this because again, the mother's broke. This is why most black men are willing to accept these ideas and not realizing that, it can work for women, but it doesn't work for you.
Right. And to tag on to that and to link I think what Aegon and Complex's divide is here is Aegon in the sense of, right, if you're going into any potential dating situation for it to be further than that, right?
Right.
Right. And so you present these things. You present non-government unions. You present even to the effect of not even having to go that far, but you present what do they call them? Prenuptial agreements, right? If she's de facto against a prenuptial agreement, then she is obviously done.
But aren't prenuptial agreements toilet paper?
No, here's
with that understanding. It's with that understanding, right? Because,
Judge, let me.
Because if she's not going to accept a prenuptial agreement, then she's damn sure not going to accept a non-state sanctioned marriage.
But she could still take a prenuptial
Okay.
agreement is still.
So how about we do this? How about we do this, dude? How about we just talk from a position of what it was that I actually had? How about we just actually talk about what I actually had?
Yo, you can't talk about why everybody could do. If you're my computer,
What we can talk about is how you actually do something, so we can get above and beyond this hypothetical bullshit. How about we just talk about how it's actually done? How about that, Aegon? Are you more interested? Are you more interested to know how it's actually done, or do you want to just give me hypotheticals? Which one would you rather do?
No. The thing is that
which one would you rather do?
We've had this problem before.
No, would you rather listen to a guy who actually did it, or do you want to just give me hypotheticals? Which one do you want to do? Do you want to talk to a guy who, like I said, was not on the hook for student loans and medical bills and all that kind of stuff, because we had an estate, life insurance, all these things set up in such a way where, once I was able to fax them the death certificate, it was pretty much, that was it. Do you want to talk to a guy who's actually gone through the fucking experience, or do you want to talk hypotheticals? Which one do you want to do?
I want to talk in realism.
I know. So
you keep tailoring my words.
No, dude.
This is not respectful, Complex. I'm like, every time I speak, you cut me off.
Yo, because you're not listening.
Yes, I am. You're trying to basically make me answer the way you want.
Why don't you listen to a dude who's speaking from experience?
Your situation is very rare.
It's not rare. People die all the time.
It's not rare for you.
People die every day, Aegon. What's rare about that?
Judge, is his situation rare?
I don't think it's as rare as you.
People become widowed every single day. What's rare about that?
And I'll say this. And again, it's only rare when we suffer from this. It's only rare in the sense that when we suffer from this innate form of myopia in considering that the Black experience is different than the overarching American experience, right? It's a much this is what Complex is proposing has been proposed by MRA and men's rights activists and men's groups for 30 to 40 years, and more people in those 30 and 40 years have gone through these things.
And the uber rich dudes that I know who are lawyers and stuff who have their quote unquote common law arrangement with their wives, they've been with them for like 30 plus years.
It's so when you look at the overarching experience, it's really not as rare as you think. But again, tacking on to what Dr. Phoenix said earlier is applying that myopic lens to the Black community. There is something wrong on both sides of the equation, that the women aren't necessarily going with the program that's desirous of two-parent families collectively working together in a nuclear fashion, and the fact that men, without saying the vetting situation, are also choosing based upon bad criteria.
Judge, a lot of these men like dysfunctional women, but don't want to deal with the consequences of it. That's what this boils down to.
As long as the package is attractive to them externally.
Can I speak on something real quick?
Go ahead. I was going to quickly say, Dr. Phoenix, I think this goes back to your point when you were talking about the Princeton mom, and you were saying women who said they couldn't find a good man in these environments, that it didn't make sense. I think some of this applies to a lot of Black men as well.
This is look. I don't believe, and this is part of why these conversations, why I don't participate in these conversations, and why just from the outset these conversations are disingenuous, because I've heard some of these discussions and women got bachelor's degrees and master's degrees, and you tell me, and they're telling men in this space, well, they couldn't find a man in college. When I'm sitting here looking at it right now. I'll just propose this I'll propose this question. Show me a physician or a surgeon you met that wasn't married.
Yeah.
Show me one. Find me one, because I've heard men in this space claim they know these kinds of men, and these men are looking for women, and I have not seen not one physician I've ever met in my life that is not married and has not been with the woman he or she married for at least a minimum of 10 to 20 years, and have all their kids with the same person. all the children with the same
And
person. This is only in black society where you see this Twilight Zone.
Yep.
I met my wife in college.
But
I met my wife in college at the library. I have a child. My ex-wife is a lawyer. Like, what are we doing here? Like, I'm not coming from. I don't like to throw. I don't like to throw around my weight. I don't like to throw around my weight because we're supposed to.
But go ahead, finish it.
Wait. What are you throwing around?
Most of my frat brothers have met their wives in the same college I went to. I'm not coming from no BS. What I'm saying is that basically, when you get married to a woman in this country, she has the last say so.
Okay.
Look,
if you have children
wait. What kind of marriage did you have?
A state-sanctioned marriage.
I didn't. So
okay, you had kids. You had kids. You had kids.
Whoa.
Okay. Just let him go ahead and let it out because he has to get it out.
Yeah, go ahead, dude. Go ahead.
I mean, you've been cutting me off for the longest.
Well, yeah, because you know what, dude, you keep glossing over the obvious. I keep telling you about a.
You keep talking about vetting. You keep talking about vet. You can vet all the way to the divorce. What are you talking? It's the environment in our culture.
Okay, so here's what we did. If you scroll up a little bit in the chat box there, you're gonna see a link that I put in there to a live stream I did called "Marriage: A Sapio Male's Perspective," where I broke down how you set up a fucking unincorporated union. Now, here's what you do, Aegon. You go click that link, listen to that motherfucker, then come back and we'll have this conversation. No, because see, here's what you're telling me. Here's what you're doing. You're coming over here, like I said, you're bringing 2.0 arguments.
No, I'm not. I'm telling the truth.
Whoa. You're on my shit, bro. Now, what I'm trying to tell you is this. If I done already broke down to you a whole other way to do it, that's the first thing. Second thing is this. I'm not telling you to do it every bitch out there, now am I? Because see, I told you, well, take the sapio angle on it. Niggas want to argue. I'm like this. Y'all don't like butter laid shit. That's really what this all boils down to. That's why you would even submit your kids to some shit.
Are sapio women feminists?
Nigga, no.
Yes, these women's country are feminists.
Wait, hold on.
Listen, man, come on.
Hold on. Here's the thing. Like, listen to this nigga. Now, let me tell you something. I didn't marry a feminist. I didn't marry a feminist. And now here's the thing, right? What I did was this. I got my bread up and I took my time messing with these chicks to understand the right one. See, so you can't. But wait. See, what you can't do, bro. What you can't do is this. You cannot sit up here and tell me, right, how my life has not worked for me up until this point. Nigga, you got no fucking proof of this. The only thing you have proof of is the shit that has not worked for you. Are we clear on this?
And how other men, it turns out for other men.
So here's what you're not about to do. You're not about to come
So basically, you're going off you. I'm going off me.
You goddamn right. You goddamn right.
I'm going off me and others. So who has more evidence? We're talking in general.
So the difference is this.
You're taking it personal.
No. The difference, you're the one injecting the personal shit because I'm not the one sitting up here saying that all these chicks.
I didn't say anything.
I'm not. Wait. I'm not the one. I'm not. Wait. Aegon, check this out, bro. Aegon, check this out, bro. Hey, calm that shit down, bro. Calm that shit down. Because check this out, bro. What you ain't gonna do is sit up here and tell a motherfucker who's sitting up here trying to explain how to do it the right way to protect yourself. You ain't about to sit up here and tell me, well, nigga, you're wrong. Nigga, no, you wrong.
You're wrong if you ain't leaving kids.
I'm wrong if what? Wait, I'm wrong if what?
I got receipts. So you're wrong about. Let me answer. You're wrong about basically. If your wife would have survived, she would have more power over your child than you do.
That's some bullshit.
What the fuck?
Because you don't understand how estates or incorporated unions are set up because you didn't enter into one. So how the fuck you gonna tell me that,
bro? I was gonna quickly add. Haven't we had brothers in this space who have literally talked about men getting custody of their children if they're having issues?
Charles Faulkner is a great example.
Look, I grew up in Chicago. I have a personal friend that I grew up with. Know him since I was a kid. This brother's almost pushing 40. He's had custody of his son, since the kid was probably about 4 or 5. And so, it's very plausible. But again, he was a brother that he had his stuff together and he demonstrated to a court that, he can take care of the child and he had more resources than said mother. And so again, look, you know, to what the brother was saying earlier about he went to college and he, you know, look, and he has friends that are, you know, in fraternities and sororities. Yeah, that's fine, but I'm gonna keep this a buck with you. The fraternities and sororities are the reason why you got some of the fucked up shit out here in black society.
I agree.
I'm gonna keep this a straight up buck with you. You
I
wanna
agree
know?
also.
You keep in mind your fraternities brought your sororities brought you Kamala Harris.
I mean,
Nigga, I'm a college dropout. I dropped
keep
out
that
of
in mind.
college
Keep
at
that in mind.
17,
people
man.
And I'm not.
But
And
I
I'm
agree
not.
with you. It's the black bourgeoisie does exist, but it's a people issue. People bring fucked up people regardless, educated or not.
There we go. Right. So because I get everybody's
But
right.
I think the problem that gets glossed over here, Complex, is that, you know, this stuff is only new to black people.
I know, exactly.
These concepts are only new to black people. It's only black people that seem to have a problem getting with this idea that, yeah, strong,
That's
healthy
what's amazing
families
to me. Yeah.
leads to strong, healthy children.
Like I'm literally like, this dude's like, well, I go, why would you purposely put your child through a traumatic? Well, because, and I'm like, dude, why did you just say because? You should say I would never do such a thing. That's the fucking answer, Aegon.
I think there's 3 points that could thread this, right? Number one, again, we're talking about single parent families. We have to also admit we're not talking to apples to apples. We're not comparing apples to apples. Again, where it skews heavily that men who have custody of their children are widowers on the percentage basis, and not the same way and not widows in the other direction. Secondarily, I think you guys are conflating two terms with that sapio and educated. And again,
they got it fucked up.
There's pseudo sapio and there's actual sapio, right? So there's pseudo educated and there's actual educated. There's programmed and systematized. So,
right. You're telling me about feminism, and when I talk about emotional intelligence. Like what the fuck, dude?
Exactly. And what he's saying is he's saying what Complex is referencing is somebody who sees the landscape and recognizes and can recognize that the landscape is not the best way that's conducive to raise productive offspring. So
and I'm telling you as someone
versus what Aegon is saying is to say that but feminists come from the educated environment, and I think that's the disconnect as well.
I know that is a disconnect. But go ahead.
In this environment, period.
Go ahead,
but what I'm saying is that from my perspective, I see the fallout of it. I see the results of those improper pairings among black men and black women.
There you go.
And ultimately, it's always the children that will suffer.
And I think big picture too. If we're talking about black society being competitive in the 21st century amongst all other groups in the global economy, we can't have single parent families.
Single parent exactly.
Come on, man.
Exactly.
Fuck out of here.
I have a quick point to make real quick, if I could.
Go ahead.
I can make a point real quick. Okay, I've heard both of the arguments you guys are making back and forth, Complex and the other gentleman as well. Now I have no kids myself, but my brother has a kid, and he's a single father. Okay, that's one of my brothers. I have another brother who's also a single father as well, but they have shared custody, so to speak. So this whole thing that somehow that it's rare that happens, it ain't true. That's not a thing because my brother lost his wife. I lost his baby mother. You know what I'm saying? She died, and he knows other people who's happened to as well. So this is not a rare thing. It happens more and more because more people, when women do drugs and shit, they die or get in accidents. Things happen. Life happens. You know what I'm saying? So and plus, and germane to the point regarding having a kid by yourself out of wedlock, it makes no sense to do that whatsoever. Okay, I've seen first and foremost. I've seen first and foremost what it's about, because my mother's an actual social worker who teaches actual social work and deals with sex offenders and children and families and things of that nature, and works with DFACS. I know I've been at conferences and things of that nature over the years, just because I was dragged there, X, Y, and Z. I've seen this whole thing play out over 30 years. This shit didn't work. It didn't work. It's a fucking failure on every possible level.
So the reality,
that single mother shit is dead.
The reality of it is this, dude. You get your fucking bread up, right? You get your tech game up, and you only deal with people, you only incorporate people in your life that are worth a goddamn. How fucking hard is it?
Well,
God
and
damn
I
it,
think,
dude.
and I think fundamentally, just
shit.
because for a woman went to college doesn't necessarily exclude her from improprieties.
Very true.
Okay,
Exactly.
it doesn't mean she won't have a lack of discretion here. Okay, and I think that comes back to that vetting process of black men. And again, most black men can't properly vet a woman because you've never been able to be honest about your mother in the first place.
God damn it.
And I was going to add, statistically, we can look at where where marriages are most successful, what age they get married at, what their backgrounds are. We have all that information available as well, and I don't think people are utilizing it.
Well,
just
one other thing, Judge.
There's a very simple study that's out there. There's a very simple study that's out there. I think, and I think the gentleman whose mother was with the DFAS and some others on here can attest to. It's again in a polling of successful people who are successful in life. I think the three top corresponding things were they got a high school, they got a high school diploma, right? They graduated without having children. The four things: they were gainfully employed after they got their high school diploma, and they got married before they had children. Those four things right there, those four very, very, very pretty simple steps are almost guaranteed successes.
Judge, let me just say this. These are universal steps, Judge Zilla. This is pretty universal. Everyone seems to know this, but somehow there seems to be some
fucking mystery in black community. I swear to God,
it's an enigma among black folks. I mean, again, these things are known among other groups, but then when it comes to black folks,
common.
Because mating is a strategy as well too, and we haven't mastered it collectively in black society.
But if I insist that you take the intelligent approach to doing it, you get some bull. And I'm like, you know what? Like, Jesus fucking Christ! Like, you guys can't win for losing. You can't win for losing.
And that's typically why I don't get mired in these conversations. Well, and that's typically why I don't get mired in these conversations, because black folks will still sit here and argue with me. And although I've been in healthcare for a very long time, I see it all day, every day, man. I see the results of it. I see the children.
I just exactly. For the life of me, as a person, as a human being, and this has been since, again, I've been 17 years old, which is why I didn't want to have kids at an age while I was still in high. It amazes me that humanity as a whole, but we'll put the myopic lens of the black community, are so cavalier to a 20-year, $250,000 commitment.
Well, it's even more than that. I mean, $250,000 is not even adjusted for inflation. Realistically, if you adjust for inflation, you're looking at about $1 million.
Wait, hold on one second.
I was going to quickly add, when you look at the income in the black community, how many people can really sit back and say that they have that type of money to really go and pursue this strategy?
You're literally looking at 1% of black society.
Okay, hold on one second. I think somebody's trying to get in. I don't know anybody that has kind of been talking for a while. If they want to,
I've said my point. I'll drop.
I can leave.
Okay. I see that there's other people trying to come on, so I just wanted to bring some other people on here.
Yeah,
let me see.
And Aegon, I hope you don't take it as an insult. It's not an insult on you. It's just the discussion on the talking point.
Of course. Agreement, Judge. You good?
No, to the brother. Again, is nothing. It's not personal, anything. Not trying to bash you or nothing like that. But
no, you can't.
No, it's a good conversation.
Bash is a female word. No, it's good. Agreement.
But you get my point.
Yeah,
I'm like this, right? See, I'm serious about this shit I do over here, right? Like, and I'm serious about the little one that I have over here, right? That I have sole responsibility for. Okay, So there were things that she had to encounter in life that number one, there's a lot of children who haven't had to see. So without me actually putting it onto her, life kind of put it on her. So see, what I don't want to do is, as a parent, add more onto it. I'm trying to raise proper children, like all these other cultures out here that everybody always talks about. Well, they do this, and they do that. Well, they do basic shit
because they see children as an investment. Black folks don't see children as an investment. Black folks see children as a means to an end.
Black folks see children as the result of something that was unintended.
Yes, most Black children arguably are born through unintended actions.
God damn. Now we have
what I was saying.
Yeah, we brought an unintended child in here. Yeah, now let's add some trauma on and let's do this. But you're going to be completely normal when they become adults, right?
Surrogacy wouldn't be unintended.
Okay, well,
see,
we literally have a licensed medical professional here who broke down to you what ACEs is.
We've had plenty of trauma in the Black
community. Good God.
The goal moving forward is to
wrong too.
With no trauma, period.
Doctors have been wrong before too. I'm not saying that he's dumb.
Doctors have been wrong.
Doctors have been wrong before. I'm not
okay. So are you saying that there's situations where ACEs works out in the favor of children? Is this what you're telling me? Or because you're telling me are doctors wrong? Are they wrong about this?
Hold on. Oh, okay. It's like,
be careful now. Hold on, be careful.
Can you stop talking? Who here on the panel and on the chat hasn't went through something to a minor effect of ACEs?
Oh my God.
I think that's just an indelible part of Black living.
No, humans go through that. It's a very general thing.
But why why?
There we go.
Okay.
So please,
you're trying to make something that's a very. You're trying to make a problem that's very specific to Black society something universal. This is a problem that's very specific to Black people.
Jesus Christ.
And again,
men raising kids is different than women raising kids. The kids turn out different.
Yes, but there's still. Oh, go ahead, Rashid. I'm sorry.
Basically, it's like this, dude. When it comes down to it,
I need some more weed.
you're dealing with a wife. You know, this is what we're trying to say. When it all boils down, you're picking that woman to have that child with. So if there's an issue with that woman throughout time, you know, you might have complications where you're going to get a divorce. That's understandable, you know, but when you're coming into a relationship and, you know that this woman is not the right woman to have a child with, and you ultimately have that child with that woman, that's your fault.
Do most people have divorces?
Excuse me?
Do most people have divorces?
There's a difference between getting
divorced. My question. Do most people have divorces?
No, they don't.
What's the percentage?
Okay. Let's say even with people having a divorce, you got to understand. That's why I told you from the beginning. You picked that woman. Despite everything that she did from the beginning, she was loving, she was kind to you and everything. There was a situation that happened that led to the divorce. She didn't ultimately get married to have a divorce. Am I right? Right?
You don't know what intention these women have. They're incentivized to have.
You're not answering my question. Like I told you.
I'll say yes. I'll say yes because most women are incentivized to have a divorce.
Hey, Aegon,
let me ask you. Make excuses.
No, that's not an excuse. It's the truth.
Aegon, let me ask you this: why do you keep insisting on dealing with these women that you admit yourself?
You can't change the environment. So women are more than you, and they have the vote. And basically,
let me ask you. No. Let me ask you this then: why aren't we seeing every other culture experiencing the same thing that we're seeing in the Black community? Then, if it's
I didn't hear you say it one more time.
Why aren't we seeing every other culture in America having the same problems that we're having in the Black community?
Because we come from a dysfunctional culture that started in slavery.
So why don't you move away from the women who are from that dysfunctional culture, improve the culture for yourself, and then go find a woman who's compatible?
I agree. Hold on. For once, I agree with Judge from the beginning. His decision was way better than mine. What I'm saying is that if a dude chooses surrogacy, it is still smarter than having kids with a woman here.
But why? I don't see why would you do either one?
What's the point?
Like, what's the point if you're trying to move forward and have families that are competitive in this society? What's the point in making two bad decisions? Don't make either one.
Exactly.
Surrogacy, yo, it's better than having. It's better you have power over the kid. You can raise your kid the way you want. It's way smarter than that. It ain't the best decision.
But why not deal with
$100,000 commitment shows that you in it to win it. That you down for it.
But like I said, once again at the beginning, you're gonna bring a child in this world with no mother, and she or he gonna have issues when it comes to father, when it comes to Mother's Day and stuff like that. You're gonna have to go.
So
what?
Your daughter's gonna have a problem with basically when you and your wife is having an argument and she get the last word, or basically what she says goes, because she has more power than you in the relationship.
But that's the thing. You're talking about dealing with a woman that's not with your program. That's what I say. Ultimately,
women. So what's the difference between a woman that's not with your program and with your program?
Okay, a woman that's with your program and she's dealing with you, she's gonna respect you. You're gonna have arguments. There's not any man on this panel that haven't had a strong discussion with a woman about certain things. You gotta understand, you're dealing with a woman that's not compatible, that wants to argue, that wants to fight, that wants to get a divorce, that what you're talking about the environment is giving her. That's the last thing that she wants to do. People have arguments.
So are women emotional and stupid? Are women emotional?
Of course, women are emotional and make decisions that are... Okay, go ahead.
If women have the power to get a divorce and they're incentivized by the government and they're emotional creatures and they get older, they get middle age, where basically people have these divorces, it's not smart to tell guys that basically find a woman from a different country or get a surrogate if you really want to have kids.
I didn't tell you to find shit. What I told you was that, look, you should be okay. You should be okay with the reality that, you know, if you are to adopt the mindset that I actually have, you should be okay with the prospect of not having any children at all. See, this is what I mean. I would rather not have kids. I would rather not have kids than, again, subject a human to subpar conditions upon birth. Now here's what we're going to do, right? Because again, this live stream was called 3.0 Destroyed the Manosphere. And this is the type of stuff I'm talking about. Like, there's something else going on over in 3.0. Okay. And that kind of stuff right there, when I simply say, well, take a more intelligent approach, and you know what, use your dick more wisely. And I say all these things, he's like, but the feminists, and I'm like, I don't give a shit about the feminists, because the same feminists that exist in your realm, in your earth realm reality, exist in mine. Okay, the difference is this: I don't give a goddamn about them. You do, and so as a result of this, you'll engage with them, and I won't. And since I won't have to deal with the bullshit. Now, I keep trying to insist to you, take a higher approach. You want to keep arguing. This is just what it'll be. So experience will be your teacher. And with that, we can either move on, or I can go ahead and just like lock the stream down because my daughter's up and I kind of do have to do some things. So, I mean, but I'm not going to sit here and keep going back and forth over some shit that I already know works. That's an exercise in futility at this stage of the game.
Right.
He's giving you the answer to your question. That in most cases, that's what you got to understand. If you want kids, you want a legacy, you want to provide something for the kids, you're going to need a wife. You know, ultimately, if it has a decision where you get a divorce, so be it. That's life. It happens. But the whole purpose is not bringing people into trauma. If I had a choice, if me and my wife are going through some things and we had issues, if I do it all over again, I wouldn't have kids. But the fact that me and my wife are, you know, commonly working things out, it works out for the greater good. So that's the whole concept that he's telling you. You know, move a little different.
Move different, man. Like I said, man, like, dude, I'm gonna tell you right now, you think these low-level strag chicks deal with dudes like us to begin with off the rip?
They run.
Let's start there, homie.
Yeah.
Like, they don't come near dudes like us. That's why I'm like, man, why? I'm not sure why you bringing that over here. Like, wait. When have you ever seen? Whenever you ever seen any of these chicks pull up into the chat and start some shit. When have you ever seen Sister George do that type of shit over here? Never. What female have you ever seen do that over here? None. Man, are you? Yo, let me. I'm a dead this. I'm a dead this stream because we've been going for 3 hours, right?
Yeah. It just goes back to what you were saying, other complex about who you have in your inner circle is gonna reflect essentially what you're gonna become. Your network is your net worth.
You ain't never seen no stupid shit pop off with some women over here. You gonna bring that shit? Man, are you for real?
Well, look,
these chicks know better, nigga. Come on, man.
I'll just say this in closing. Look, at the end of the day, there's two takeaways here. The magic word for black men, Complex said it a couple weeks ago, is discernment. And two, sacrifice. Again, black folks don't see children as an investment when they truly are. So every time you sleep with a woman, I don't give a damn how attractive she was or what you liked about her or whatever the case may have been, you always run the risk of her getting pregnant, whether you're married to her or not.
Fuck is the point of sex? Reproduction? Be smart.
This goes back to the conversation that you and Johnny Blaze had a couple weeks ago, Complex.
Mm-hmm.
Again, these are critical lessons that black men need to learn. Do not be reckless with your penis. Don't just be out here sleeping with women, knocking women up. And yes, we can talk about surrogacy, but again, I mean, I'm gonna say something a lot of black folks ain't gonna like, but it needs to be said. Look,
go ahead. It don't matter. Go ahead.
There's a ton of data out here on black childhood experiences, how black children tend to have more adverse experiences than virtually any other group of children out here, with the exception of probably Native Americans. And very specific reason. One, most black children are born to single parent households, usually by choice. Two, black children, you have roughly about a third of all black children are in poverty, live in poverty.
Yep.
I've been talking about this for a long time now. So you couple that with broken homes, single mothers, out of wedlock childbirths, poverty, and you just have a recipe for a continuous perpetuation of black failure in this society. And this is why conversations among black people never get nowhere, because those children are now adults and they continue the same manner of chicanery that their parents did.
And I'm over here trying to get some fourth industrial shit popped off. So who do we pass it off to? What? These dysfunctional ass kids that you want to keep raising?
And again, this goes to the comment that I made, and folks didn't like it about the junk DNA comment. Because yes, most of these folks you can't do nothing with. I can't change your psychology by the time you're 10 years old. Most people don't. I don't know if you guys are aware of this.
Oh yeah. I thought it was younger than that. I thought it was like 5 or 6.
It is. Psychology for a child is usually locked in by between the ages of 5 and 6. That's why the critical years of development, which is something I've talked about religiously on panels with the Black Brain Trust, is from birth to about 6 years of age. Those are the critical years of development. If a child does not get the necessary foundation in that period, it becomes very hard to change their trajectory in life.
But it really does. Because of feminism.
And again, as a black man, your job is to be your job as a black man is that, yes, you need to master your environment. You need to be able to control the environment around you, irrespective of whatever else is going on.
And so, that's why, Dr. Phoenix, you'll see a lot of even professional women. They'll stay out of the workforce for 5. If they have, one kid and then have another one, a couple years later, they'll stay out of the workforce for about a decade, or at least until they go to school, because they understand that.
Well,
at least the kids go to school.
Probably 2 decades.
Here's the thing, Renaissance man. I did a talk last December with Mike V on maternal fetal health, and there was a young lady that came up that spoke to both of us, and we were talking to her. And she has stated that, when she was pregnant, she could have stayed at home. Her husband could have, was able to support them, but she chose to work. And again, this becomes critically vital for men. And why I've always said that, because again, if black men want to understand, part of the reason that you hear terms thrown around among healthcare professionals and sciences like epidemiology or epigenetics and stuff like that, because there are a lot of extenuating circumstances that can affect a pregnancy and can affect a outcome of a viable pregnancy. And so again, you don't see, black men don't account for all these little things that happen in life. So whether or not you work you have a stressful job, do you have a stressful home environment? Is your life stressful overall? And how that plays into whether or not a woman can have a healthy, viable pregnancy.
Yeah,
and again, your ability as a man is your ability to be able to mitigate those factors.
I think you hit the nail on the head, Dr. Phoenix, earlier when you said black men are not even in control of their environment, and that's the big problem. And we're putting the cart before the horse. You got to get control of the environment and then move forward.
That's why these conversations about these circular conversations, these myopic conversations about women that look, most black men know that, to be really honest here, most black men know when you're around a woman what she's good for. Either she's gonna be a woman you can consider marrying, or she's just gonna be a woman you can have some fun with.
Thank you.
And every man knows
we gotta stop being stupid, man. I'm getting sick and tired of this shit.
It's not even just being stupid at this point.
It's disingenuous.
It's
disingenuous.
You're right.
It's basic common sense, though. Basic common sense.
I mean, this is just being honest. Brothers know when you're around a woman you have fun with versus which ones you can take seriously.
That's what I mean, man. And
so choice is a huge part of that.
All right, y'all. Look, I do gotta shut this down, man. It's noon time. We've been going about 3 hours. I'm gonna try to do either a cannabis one. It was gonna be either cannabis or geopolitics, because there has just been a whole lot going on the geopolitical
I don't know. In my mind, we
side.
gotta be careful having these conversations because we tend to be trying to go backwards instead of we were talking.
They
about
do it on purpose. They do it on purpose.
No,
This space is
that's
so
3.0.
Well, D,
and being 3.0 being the foundation.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think this conversation is a perfect illustration of that.
Moving forward.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That's all it is. I mean, sometimes, you do have to kind of play the provocateur role to some extent. So that's the reason why I put the thumbnail in and titled it as I did, because I was like, okay, well, if we did, let's examine the ways we did.
But
let's be factual about it. Shit.
I think this conversation is also good because I think it highlights
some good
things that have been talked about. Again, no disrespect to the brother that was on earlier, but nonetheless, I mean, this is a situation I mean,
I hope Aegon knows, it's all good. But like I said, man, when have conversations not been like this from an intellectual position? When has that not been the case?
I think most black men are not used to hearing black men just be really honest. Black men are not used to hearing other black men just talk really frankly about, there's a lot of brothers out here that make really stupid choices in women and have kids with women that they knew they should never have kids with in the first place, and you never hear that. That rarely ever comes out of black men's mouth. And to hear black men just talk very candidly and very concisely about black men make stupid choices in women, far more stupid choices than other groups of men make.
Or you could even add to that, Dr. Phoenix, in the sense of, men if you do have men who do have some sort of discretion, people will think something's wrong with him.
Well, that's the bizarro. That's the Twilight Zone bizarro world that black folks live in. Again, everything is upside down and right side up.
Right. That hey, if I see you, hey, this woman is not worth me even wasting my time on. There's something wrong with you. Okay.
Exactly.
You're all right.
It's a sickness though, but they got to move on.
Yeah.
But appreciate it, Complex brother. Thanks for having me.
Oh, you already know, man. You already know what it is, man. We needed to have this chop up before we go ahead and close out the year. Appreciate the other brothers.
Appreciate you,
Renaissance man. D, appreciate you, brother. I'm not sure there's other brother.
That's Sir Abadawi right there.
Okay. Good day to you, sir. And
all right.
I will catch you guys later.
All right, y'all. Y'all have a good evening, man. We'll try to circle back around a little bit later.